Come on over, Axel.
Make sure this sounds good. Woo! Comiconvos.
We're back, guys.
Sorry about last week.
Last week we just had a couple of technical issues. You know, things will happen.
Computers go down, man.
Yeah.
Computers die, and it's nobody's fault except for Windows.
Right. But a new one got built.
A really
this
nice
guy and
my
wonderful
friend,
tech friend.
yeah, my friend Israel Balderas. He's gonna start building them, so you should hit him up if you need a custom rig. He helped me design and build it. I'm not gonna tell you how much he charged because that's between whatever
The prices vary.
The prices will vary, and you never set a price on
you can
the
get an
video.
inexpensive computer and build it though.
Oh yeah, well I would say right now
inexpensive.
let's see, I have a Radeon 480.
Mhm.
I have a i7 7700K processor,
Wow.
which is
Some super
I spent
very
a lot.
great stuff.
I spent a
I
lot.
mean, this is
However-
high powered.
Oh yeah, it is. However,
Liquid coolers, and I'm like, geez, man.
but thanks to Izzy, it's worth probably about 1,000 more than the actual pieces I spent on it. So it's a worthwhile investment. Should last a couple of years. Hit him up. Comiconvos, episode 6.
Episode 6, guys.
6, and that
And we're
is
back.
It's not only back, but this is kind of a. I feel like this is a good number to line up with the Legion episode.
It is, and
And-
you know what's great about the Legion episode is this is kind of the episode that dominoes into the rest of the year. Like everything is just gonna start
everything is-
coming out
yeah.
after that, guys.
After Legion, and then don't get me wrong, there's stuff going to come out here in between Legion and the real domino effect, but Legion is the start of the domino effect.
We've got superheroes one after another.
One
and
after
we've
another.
got all kinds of just
Yeah,
shows,
so
movies, games, all of it. Just
everything
coming
is
out.
dropping basically starting in March and not ending until I'd say August, and maybe even after
into November too, because
Yeah.
Justice League.
That's true, but
And-
I would say it's tails off right there before the end of the
tails
year,
off
as
right
it
there.
usually
And
does because people don't have as much money. to
And
spend.
Star Wars comes in, so we've got that.
No one
wave.
wants to kid.
I mean, we've got that to look forward to.
Oh, it's gonna
So
be
it's
gonna
just-
be oh so great. I can't wait for it. It's gonna be great. Logan's the next one up, and are you ready for Logan? Have you everyone seen
Logan,
the? They call it
guys.
Logan. What is it? Laura's Claws, isn't it? That's the trailer's official title, apparently, of the new Laura. Where
goodness.
I love X-23, and I've loved X-23 since they introduced her in X-Men Evolution. I think
Yeah.
we've discussed this on a previous podcast,
have.
but we will, whenever we have to cover stuff.
And she was a really good character. Like, holy crap! Like, I was very excited to see her involved in the movies. Now,
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's like, whoa, dude!
Definitely.
I didn't even expect this third Wolverine movie to be this way. I didn't expect the old man.
The old man Logan thing
anything.
came out. I didn't know what to expect though, because their first two tries were half-hearted at best, and they were not very linear. They were not.
There was plot holes.
Don't get me wrong.
They didn't move well. Like, it was just like.
And the problem with them is they were the ones we wanted to see.
They were, but
they weren't told
just
right.
not good.
No,
I mean, the
they weren't
Deadpool and
Mm.
X-Men Origins guys. The Deadpool and X-Men Origins. I just could not do that one. I was like, are you kidding me?
Thank you, Susie Marie. Sorry we didn't see you until right now. Thanks for watching.
Yeah, thanks for watching.
Professor X is the man, and I'm also kind of digging where they're gonna go with it. I did love my favorite line from the new trailer was definitely she could be better than me. Actually yes. Actually yes. And then you're like, oh, you gotta say, So we have to be excited for it, and I'm excited for not only the dynamic between them, which is going to be a very Last of Us kind of thing, but I'm also excited for the interaction with the Reavers. For the people who don't know, I'm sure Susie probably might know who the Reavers is, right? Hopefully. Yes, epic line, cool. And the Reavers is a group of mutant hunting cyborgs, actually, who go around basically killing mutants and harvesting mutant parts and doing other stuff like that.
Whoa, I have not read these.
You've never heard of the Reavers? Oh my god.
Oh, dude.
The Reavers.
Mind blast.
I mean, they don't just do that. They're just techno-based, but that's basically what they end up doing. They're led by, in the comics a lot of the time, and in the... they have leaders and people themselves. I'm not 100% familiar with them all, unfortunately. because I'm still, obviously learning everything too. And basically, they are just a group of mercenaries that end up doing all this stuff because they're mercenaries.
Yeah.
But they also work for Yuriko, Lady Deathstrike, I believe it is.
Really?
Yes, I believe so. At the end of the day, they end up working for her, at least. I don't know if they start
All of
working
them?
for her.
Just
Oh, yeah, they just group up, and they're all cyborgs, so they're like, yeah, we're cyborgs, let's cyborg it up together.
wow. That's insane, dude. I've never heard of the Reapers. Thanks for filling me in, bro.
You gotta check out some of the comics. They're often an enemy of the X-Men and Wolverine and somebody else.
Oh, there's one topic we've been kind of avoiding the last couple episodes. We'll expand on it in the TV section. Game of Thrones, guys.
Oh, I forgot.
April.
I gotta get
Game
started.
of Thrones.
But
like,
that's
we are
part of
coming
that
up on
domino
that.
effect. That's part of that domino
It is. It's one of those things that's just like, wow, I am very invested in this show. I really want to watch it. I want to see what happens next, guys. I'm like, Daenerys is, if you've been watching, you know what's happening. Daenerys is getting a lot more serious about this promise. And you'll see things are just going to start meeting up, and it seems like everybody's going to start finally, meeting one another again. And it's going to be awesome to see. I think there's about 14 more episodes slated to show, so it's like there's a couple more seasons. Gives you plenty of times to catch up to it. If you're on season 3 or 4, you can binge through a lot of them in a day or something.
I'm gonna have to get into it more.
Each
But the
season
thing
is
is,
10
I got
episodes.
to. I have to read. I have to read the books.
The books are good.
That's what I've heard.
Okay, so
The
the
thing is,
first
I've heard
two
they're
are
messed up.
great, but the third one is when things start getting kind of
Weird.
a little weird, like a little overwhelming, because it's like they're introducing some characters deeply that you just don't care about, and you're like, I don't know about this perspective being in the book.
Everyone's a stranger until you know them. No, it's okay though. I understand what you're saying. Like, there's a lot of exposition unnecessarily.
Yeah,
I'm guessing, and probably a lot of drawn out. I mean, he's been writing them for how long now? I'm guessing he just had trouble moving through them. It's like 20 years.
Yeah, and he hasn't released one in like 8.
He's supposed to release another one soon, though.
That's what you keep saying, man, but it's like a promise. It's like, oh my goodness, it's like Dr. Dre's album, you know what I mean?
Combo of Terminus and Negan. Nice. Sorry, I'm still reading Susie's comments, like trying to keep up. Sorry, Susie.
Yeah,
the
sorry
books are
about that.
decent and the show is spectacular. I'll have to check it out. I've heard great things all around. I never hear a bad word about it. So,
It's amazing, dude.
I'll definitely have to check it out. I'm definitely up for it. I think today, though, our real focus has got to be Legion.
Legion. Definitely. We gotta circle back around.
Like, how can you not talk about Legion? You know what I mean?
Legion was that show this week that you just didn't really expect to be that good, to be honest with you. Like, okay, the propaganda was great.
It was really
amazing.
The thing is, it wasn't everywhere though.
It wasn't.
The people who weren't following the Legion page probably don't know that they posted something
every
new
day.
Every day, almost.
Every single day. It was a graphic, a part of the comic, a drawing,
a video, a little. The Jack and Jill things are the greatest for me, like the Storytale books, because watch Jill, watch
right,
watch David question reality. Like, oh man, that's such a.
Oof, yeah, it's definitely a psycho
so...
thriller, man. Like, it's like, whew, this is like a really cool, like, psychotic show, man. You're gonna get to see all this mentally fucked up shit happen from the perspective of the main character,
dude. And so I feel like this is the thing, and this is kind of spoilers, but we can kind of go over some of the things that happened in the first episode. And we can also kind of relate it to comics without spoiling things, because we're not 100%
We're not
going
to chop into and know what everything is lining up. There are some OCs.
Hey, Susie also thought it was going to bomb and was impressed by Legion. I was, not just by the video and the audio and the whole in-depth experience of what it's kind of like to have. I mean, obviously you can simulate a mental disorder. That much, but I feel like it at least kind of delves you in.
And then when they mind swapped, that was a crazy.
The face. Did you see that? Right, the whole face thing. I've watched the first episode like 3 times now, because I just knew I loved it immediately.
It was so good, wasn't it?
Now, what my brother's comment was, it doesn't really follow the comic at all. It does, but doesn't. Yeah, I will agree, Susie.
There are some characters in there that aren't in the comic. Like,
not even just that. The problem is we have no information. We don't know what point in this life he is. The other thing is, like you said,
it doesn't really depict Legion like in this.
No,
time
this isn't.
at all.
No, he's definitely not David Haller as expressed in the comics. I think they just took the concept of Legion and honestly, even then we haven't seen
own plot line.
Because if we were to see Legion to his full extent, I mean, he's an intensely powerful reality.
Crazy.
Bender.
What if he at some point started to learn how to control that shit? Wow.
Yeah, well, and we're hoping to see. So if you start watching episode 2, because I luckily caught episode 2, I was able to have time before on Thursdays, and I really loved the first episode. Like I said, I watched it like 3 times.
Nice.
So much. But, they're going into a lot more in the second episode, I feel like. And even more of the mental health thing and kind of his background is a lot more powerful in the episode 2. That's the other thing I noted with somebody else I was watching. Every piece of spoiler I saw, as far as commercials and everything, was from the first episode. There was nothing that I didn't see in the first episode. Every piece of... It's not like in a movie where they show you all the best parts of the series and that worst thing.
Hell
no,
yeah, dude.
We're getting a highly amount of decent, just I don't know how to explain it.
I understand. We're getting like so many different perspectives. We're getting into so many depths of so many stories at once.
So, and like I said, 30 minutes to get in, so it was a little slow to get in. But oh my goodness, once it got going, it didn't stop.
It did not stop.
It just
was
escalated.
A roller coaster.
It was, and you went immediately from the body swap kind of thing where you're like, he's her, he, her,
like,
me.
As soon as they realized that shit, like it was that moment when they looked at each other. I was like, oh shit.
Well, and then you see the face. The face really, I had to like rewind it real quick to look again. I'm like,
oh my god,
because they did it really good on those visual graphics, especially because they were upside down and everything was moving and there's so much weird sound.
The red stuff.
The sound is so good. All the different music, all of the different.
And I just like the red flashes. I love.
Oh yeah, the rest is a mystery. Thank you, Susan. Yeah, definitely not knowing what's going to happen.
Same. You're left on edge the whole time.
Yeah, and especially like you said, because it's not following the comic exactly. I can't make any predictions. We're in a whole new area. I don't know what's going on. Exactly. We don't know who the enemies are, because they have enemies in this now. We don't know. Oh man, there's so much. Plus the whole fact he has a sister.
That face in the rocks at the end.
Oh god.
Yeah. It's like the effects here are just so.
Yeah, the one part of the all right. So one part that got me that I enjoyed was the part as they're running away. Obviously, there's a lot going on if they're showing the power of telekinesis, etc., this and that. But the part that I like is actually a very small part in comparison. While they're in this chase, is the part where Legion gets stopped. David gets stopped on the way down by those soldiers. You remember, and he's grabbed by the neck, and they switch away.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't see what happens. You come back, and the soldier's just down.
Wow.
You don't, and honestly, you don't get a good look at the soldier because it's so quick. But it looks, it's hard to tell what's up with the soldier. Like it looks weird, but you don't know why immediately.
Yeah, you're on a cliffhanger the whole
time, and then not only that,
that's the best thing about this show is that you feel the anticipation like boiling the entire time. Like it's like
blown. It was so great.
Literally, my mind was like,
you know what? The other, and this is, oh man, I'm gonna have to give a spoiler seconds.
No spoilers for Legion. It just came out.
It's not even a thing. It's just I want to highlight the part. All I'll say is the part with the wall. I feel was the most realistic one I've ever seen.
Yes.
I hate episodes like Fringe and stuff where it's such a clean wall. You know what I mean? But this wall was exactly what I imagined it would kind of be. It is messed up, man.
Fuck.
And then later when Lenny, and the talking, and I'm just like, sorry, we're trying to talk abstractly as possible so that people who
I'm trying not to spoil too
right.
much, but like,
so even this, like, if you haven't seen it abstractly speaking, it's like, oh well. We haven't mentioned anyone. We haven't mentioned anything. I feel like that would.
No, we haven't. Nothing
spoilers.
That's gonna spoil, but it's just light touches.
Yeah, I did definitely notice that the lights in the hospital looked like a pill, Susie.
Yep.
I also noticed a lot of other things. The lights on
Those
the floor
were
something.
Just so messed up.
Oh, especially after that. I feel like the lights on the floor might have been the lights that were... Because remember, they would have had lights on, like, I don't know. There's a whole bunch going on there on all kinds of levels in audio, visual. My brother, for example, kept telling me, he's like, I couldn't tell if my TV was cutting out or if the sound was just not there on purpose. And I was like, I have to go back and check because I know for a fact sometimes the sound's all messed up on purpose. Oh man, there's so much.
Legion is just...
It is. And having spoken about that, we're going to be focusing a lot of this on Legion.
A lot, guys.
The comics. I'm going to be talking about Legion facts. All my quotes are Legion quotes. It's going to be Legion versus people. All kinds of shit like that.
Legion versus Phoenix.
It's a tough fight. Honestly, I don't know who to give it to there.
We'll get back to that one later.
And
guys.
I can actually... There's going to be a funny little thing I can quotient on one of those things, but... We'll get back to that. Other TV show stuff that's going on, though, right now. What do we got going on?
Let's see. We went through Game of Thrones. There's Iron Fist.
Oh,
Iron Fist, guys. We
Danny
got
Rand.
the first trailers.
It's
guys,
so good, too.
Danny Rand is right? And I'm just like, dude, that fist when he smashed down. I'm like,
it's glowing orange. You can see it.
Yup,
It's
I'm like,
so great.
Iron
It's
Fist,
awesome.
dude.
And especially because he's not that buff. Like,
yeah,
I love that his body style.
Huge.
But he
Him and
plays
Luke
such
Cage
a good,
are like realistically
but he plays
depicted.
such a good Danny though
He
too.
does.
As soon as he walked in the place, so those of you who haven't read Danny Cage, he has such a serious, sad backstory
like,
that you would not expect his character.
Yeah,
he is
and you would. It was like
blossom of a man.
Yeah, it's like that would suck to happen, but like what happened to him after with the monks,
even
and
worse.
him being
Yeah,
raised
and
that way.
everything just gets worse for
It's
Danny
just,
Rand.
jeez, man. But yeah, check it out, guys. The trailers just came out. It looks to be really good. I mean, it's gonna be on Netflix March 10th, 13th, or something like that.
Oh yeah,
it's coming out after Logan. Like that's the domino right after that. Like it just something every week.
It's coming out so fast that I can't believe it. Sometimes, like some of these are coming out on the same day. Sometimes,
same
stuff
day.
Like that. But definitely check out Iron Fist, Kunlun, which.
Oh, hey, Andrew, by the way, we saw you join. Sorry about the delay.
Definitely sorry if we have any delays, guys. We are trying to keep live.
Stranger Things, yep,
season 2. Season 2 got confirmed. I have to go watch season 1 to figure out season 2. I haven't caught up. I need a plane trip somewhere so I can sit and watch it. I have so much trouble, man, because I'm always doing stuff. I'm exporting videos, I'm reading comics, I'm doing things, and I almost never have time to just sit and ingest something unless I really... And I've heard so much good things about Stranger Things that I almost have to sit
I just only watched
down.
like 2 episodes, man, and those 2 were the only ones that were just like, wow.
I understand,
to me.
sir.
Sorry, I was just like, no worries, bro. Oh. Get your charger, man.
Oh. That's not...
What's up, Judson?
There we go. Oh, come on. Don't be that way.
Uh-oh.
Okay, we're good.
Good?
I think we're good.
Man, but yes. You got to be excited for these things just dominoing over one another. And then after that week, you have Power Rangers. Like, it's just one thing after another.
By the way, I think we talked about it, but we are not at all... Everything besides Alpha... Everything looks great.
Everything looks clean to us. I mean, like, there's some people that are like, ooh, no.
Yeah,
but it could be, I think it could be one way or another.
Which is fine.
I'm leaning like, if it could be good or bad, type of deal. And if it's bad, at least they tried, you know?
The thing is, I feel like
effort.
As long as they give it that basic storylines to the original, give the characters good depth, and you give action, you'll do fine. These are fan classics.
We need apparently Susie said you need a 2-week vacay just to catch up on shows.
Oh, yeah, easily need a 2-week vacay.
Yep. See, Judson, I've seen 0 Stranger Things. Yeah.
We
definitely
all right, man.
need some vacays, guys.
We will catch up. Don't worry. And the thing is, guys, don't feel bad when you miss stuff. And I hate to say this because it's going to be the even meaner thing to say. You're never going to catch up. There's so much being put out these days.
I mean, if you just stay on top of some of the synopses...
Just find this... Oh, yeah.
Just, like,
not even just that. You find time to...
And you will.
And you piece, like you said, you piece together from synopsis and other things. And
then you go and watch it, and then, okay, everything makes sense. Like, you're caught up. Like, you're actually caught up, you know?
Oh, yeah. And it's honestly going to be a great, great thing, I feel like, for everybody, that there is so much content out that you can choose the greatest content. Like, almost nowadays, that's the reason I'm so, like, is because there is so much good content out there that I have to be selective to to watch things.
Definitely.
I
mean, you got to watch what you would like to watch.
Exactly.
You know? Like Logan coming out
Logan,
next week.
Yep. And you just have to make it a point. And it's the reason why I haven't seen things like, even though I want to see Resident Evil and Underworld, but I'd rather be caught up on this. Yes.
Things,
and I'd rather just, and eventually I will catch up and see those.
But we had Justice League Dark come out.
Oh,
like
there's so much
Lego
Justice League
Batman
versus
came out. Like some good things came out besides some of these. Like, January is kind of the chopper month.
Did you hear? And this is a TV one from Netflix, but Ajin season 2 came out. I just finished watching it the other day.
Oh yeah, man! I have not watched season 1.
Very good. And the thing is, and here's the problem: is I'm gonna have to be careful about it to see. But the problem right now is
just when you catch up with one, a whole new epic series starts. Yeah, exactly.
Easily. Judson, you definitely need to see it. Yep. Oh, sorry. We try to catch up with comics. There's so much good to see. Any other series you guys was just sorry? We usually are supposed to ask questions.
Yeah, guys. What are some series that you guys want to see? TV's booming right now.
Oh yeah.
And we're having some good stuff in movies.
Flash and Supergirl keep coming out. Gotham keeps coming out. Coming out. Walking Dead just restarted and it actually started into action.
Yep.
So people are happy about that.
The views jumped.
I guarantee they did after action.
Yeah.
Kill a couple people and someone will show up. I haven't actually seen the episode. I just assume they killed some people.
Definitely. I mean,
or zombies.
The ratings are up.
Yeah, someone died. The ratings are up. But besides that, I think we're going to move into next section.
Yeah.
Do some
movies, yeah. Because we got Logan coming out next couple weeks, guys. I mean, it's just like, wow. It's February and January are the chopper months. It's those months where movies come out and it's like, you can see them and they're decent, but they're not going to be as good as, like, the ones here that we're talking about, like Logan and Spider-Man Homecoming and, Guardians of the Galaxy, these good superhero movies. You got God Particle next week. That one looks
that does look
pretty good.
That reminds me, oh man, there's so many good comics. I've been on a comic binge this week. I forget, I was so psyched for the Legion series, but there's actually, because we can't do spoilers for another month, or 3 weeks since we're already week 8. But since we can't do spoilers for a while at least, there's not too much to talk about Legion except for comic book stuff. And there's no movie stuff. Sorry,
thank you for introducing me to the Legion comics. By the way,
Legacy ones are so good, and I got lucky on finding them by looking through stuff to find and read for them.
That comic book.
And it's just it's very, very good, especially
the online database you sent me. One. That one is top notch, man. It has almost every comic.
And almost everything. And they're constantly uploading new stuff.
And Ashante, what's up, man? Jake, good to see you, dude.
Thank you for coming in, guys.
Thanks for joining.
Appreciate it so much.
Feel free to chime in at any point.
Yeah, seriously, anytime you text, we're trying to keep up with comments at all times. And we love talking with you guys. That's honestly, talking with you makes the show better. You guys make the show. We're just mouthpieces.
Yeah. We're just talking. You guys make the show happen.
Realistically, I'm not even kidding. And that's why it's conversations, like we say. And so for the movie conversations, what is your movie you're looking forward to coming up?
I'm looking forward to Teen Titans. The Judas Contract.
But is it coming up this year? It got to be if they're putting out.
2017 is the slated official release.
Let's look it up.
But
I'll look it up.
I don't think there's a release date. I don't believe there's a release date.
There might not be yet. No, I don't know if there's... Release date starting April 4th. And then full release on April 18th. Apparently.
Beautiful.
By rumors from UPI.
We have something in April then, because I don't think we had it in April.
I feel like there's something in April. I guarantee you there's something in April. Oh, I guarantee there is. Oh, what we got going on? Hey, thank you, by the way, to and we don't get a chance to say this too much in the pages because we obviously have things to do. We're not even always posting.
Thoughts on Rita?
Rita. I don't know what that is. Rita, expound for us, Judson.
Rita Repulsa from
okay, so probably Rita Repulsa. Yes, okay. Sorry, that should not take us as long. This makes me feel like when we couldn't remember the Yellow Lantern rings.
I was just like, wait,
one of
Rita?
my most embarrassing moments on film.
That's okay.
No,
hey, it comes back
It's not
up.
even close. But
Rita Repulsa, though.
I don't think it's that bad. The thing is,
the fact
they
that
weren't going to
she's
be able to do the Rita Repulsa
well,
from the 90s.
the whole she's the past Green Ranger thing is kind of weird, but it ties in well with the fact that
I think it's also supposed
Zordon
to tie
was
with
the
comics or something.
yeah. Well, Zordon is the original Red Ranger,
right,
so.
right. So we'll see how it goes.
Like,
I
okay.
don't want to discount this story just because it's not the one I'm used to. It not being 100% perfect adaptation a lot of the times ruins it for us when we should be looking at how good a movie is, and then we can compare.
I mean, the original Rita Repulsa was pretty cheesy, but you gotta like her for the.
I will say I'll always
factor.
I always
For the
miss the
nostalgia
voice
fact.
because for me that voice is
I know.
pure evil.
Rangers.
Rangers.
Oh my goodness.
Oh man, and that's what I miss more. That's actually the only person I'm
nostalgia.
disappointed of. Yeah, that's the only person I'm not cool 100% with is the Alpha 5 design.
Yeah.
The voice, I guess, too. I wanted the voice even more than the design.
I wanted the goofy voice, man.
The goofy voice. Screw the design. I actually said that in a previous one. I don't care about the pot belly design. That's fine. Where's my voice? Rangers, Rangers, Danger, Ranger. Danger.
Zordon looked better though.
Zordon looked pretty dope.
I was like,
I feel like it was a good.
that-
I feel like it was a good representation too.
It is definitely.
The imagery there is perfect.
I didn't like the original Zordon.
I thought he was fine.
I mean, like I thought he was
a
cool,
90s
but
show.
it was funny as hell.
He was funny. He wasn't serious.
Yeah,
But the movie was serious. That was a much better
dude,
Zordon.
the movie was dope, man.
The movies were good. Actually, even the second movie, if you watch the one about the trucks,
yeah.
was a good movie. After that, I lost it because after that everything got
Speaking
crazy.
of Power
Time,
Rangers, bro,
space up.
have you read Power Rangers /
I
Justice League?
just got into man. I think what are they on 2 now? I caught up. I
Yep.
have even I have a saved picture / thing for a meme that we're gonna make, and it's don't poke on this glass. The civilizations hate that.
Right?
Thank you, Brainiac. Thank you, Zed. Thank you, DC. you did it.
Thank you.
You guys
everyone.
are killing the crossovers, DC. I gotta give
They
it to
are
DC.
like I'm just really loving their crossovers, man. And even when they were doing some of the DC Marvel ones, that was good. Those were
honestly,
good to
I
me.
want them back.
Yeah,
I don't know why they don't just have a
Spider-Man,
constant
Batman
series.
back.
Why
Like,
wouldn't you just have a constant series like that between you? It's like, okay, we recognize that people obviously like us individually and will prefer one of us to the other, but there's also people who love both of us a lot and want to see us together.
Exactly.
And so we should just have, and I bet you there is one and we just don't know about it, but there is definitely room for another DC Marvel cross. Amalgam was great. DC versus Marvel was great. Justice League versus Avengers was great. I've seen so many others. There's actually so many in the 90s and in the early 90s that it's a mind-blowing. There's Punisher and Batman. There's Spider-Man and Batman. There's Spider-Man and Superman.
Oh my god.
There's
Spider-Man
Hulk and Superman.
Batman was awesome.
There's oh man, the Hulk Superman one is great too. I have some quotes and stuff from that one too.
Ooh, yeah, pull those up, my man.
Oh yeah, it's
Pull 'em
so
up.
great. I'll show them to you at some point later, but for the post, I'll just have to do the quotes and things, and eventually we'll put them on the page, guys.
Heck
If you like
yeah.
the page, hopefully we can get
We'll start
you'll
posting
see more.
a lot more stuff, guys.
We're trying. It just takes time, and we obviously all have things to do. So any thoughts on other movies? I mean, Logan's obviously going to be great. Justice League. What about the news about Ben Affleck and Batman and not wanting to be Batman?
So,
I know it's just
hold
a rumor,
on. It's just a okay. So
and that's the thing. Everything
the
always
source
gets
is all
blown up.
shaky, man.
That's
But-
exactly my
but
point.
the thing about it is just them wrapping it up into the possibility of it happening is like I just don't even want it to be a possibility.
That's the
you
thing.
know
I
what I'm
shouldn't have
saying?
never heard this news.
No, I shouldn't.
And
Now I'm thinking
the
about
backlash
it.
should have been harder for it being false. Because the thing is, that's the problem nowadays. What people don't understand is how fast false media spreads. False information can spread like wildfire.
So quick.
For example, here's the funny thing. You know that picture that used to go around, the one that you eat 6 to 8 spiders in your sleep? That was part of a study to see how fast false information would spread on the
and
internet.
it spread quick.
So fast. Faster than they predicted by a lot.
Yeah, I mean,
Because
the
remember,
dress thing,
peer review or bust, guys. Trust me.
any kind of false information will spread everywhere and just
Oh, yeah.
be like, Just like the
And
dress
so
thing
what
too.
what else do we got as far as comics and stuff that we have movies coming up for? We've got Justice League, we've got Logan, we've got Spider-Man. Spider-Man's coming up.
Ooh,
and it's
you
great.
got Wonder Woman. You got
Wonder Woman.
Oh, wow.
You know what I actually want to see now?
What?
An Aquaman movie. Jason
too.
Momoa just kills it
It's
for Aquaman.
he's eventually going to come out with a movie in 2019, I think.
I think they already have his villain set, don't they? They said they got a villain
Black
for him.
Manta.
Yeah. Well, I just meant the actual actor is set now.
Do they?
I'm pretty
Let
sure
me
they
Google
cast
that.
Black Manta.
Yeah, I think I saw that, but I can't remember.
Maybe
who
it was just a Aquaman cast Black Manta and Queen Atlanta. James Wan's Aquaman cast Black Manta. Or come on, guys, put it in the title. I don't want to read the whole thing. Okay, it said they don't have a confirmed, but Yaha Abdul Mateen II is in early talks to star as Aquaman's antagonist Black Manta. Apparently, Wan and the studio brass have been vetting actors for the villainous role over the past couple weeks and landed on him just this past weekend.
Look that guy up. I've never seen him.
All right, let's look him up. I feel like we have and we just don't know his name.
Yeah. Let's just check him out.
That's my problem is I don't know people. No, I might not have actually seen him.
Yeah, I think I've actually seen this guy.
I mean, I might have seen him, but I don't know.
you know what?
Oh, he's from the Get Down. They
The
said
Get
he's
Down.
from the
Yeah,
Get Down.
yep.
That was in the
dude,
3D, and I just
from
went
the
over
Get Down. Yep.
All right, cool. Sorry we didn't know that. I still don't like Ben Affleck as Batman, but anyways, I'm pretty sure he's got a contract. Yes,
Like Ben
he
Affleck.
does, Jake. I don't care necessarily. I don't think he's like the best Batman ever or anything.
I don't, and like,
But
there are
I don't
people-
think he's had a
who do you
chance to
think was
be
the
Batman.
best?
I really like Christian Bale's Batman, but I think it's
I do as
because,
well.
but I think it's because he is portraying the Dark Knight Batman,
Exactly.
so that he does that portrayal the best. He does not portray Batman himself at the best.
But
He
that's the
simply
storyline that he
is
really
portraying
does
perfectly.
well.
Yes, he's
yeah.
portraying that Batman
that's
well.
that Batman. It's kind of like phases, right?
That
Ben
would be
Affleck's
cool.
Batman is in a different phase. I
That's
like
true.
Michael Keaton's Batman a little bit as well.
I really like the Keaton Batman. You know who I like and no one likes his Batman? Adam West.
Dude, I just like it for the simple comedic effects.
It is.
They had a new release of that, by the way.
I know, I saw that.
Robin animation.
It'd be cool if Aqualad made an appearance in it. It would, Jake's. It
Yeah.
would definitely be cool if Aquaman could make an appearance.
We
in
really
the new
hope
one.
that he will.
I mean, why wouldn't he? It'd be great. The question is, which Aqualad are they going to use?
good point. Are they going to use the black one or the white one?
Not even just that. You
not
have the
even just
fish
that,
Aqualad too.
Yeah, there's
We've
a
got
fish,
three
there's
different
a black dude, there's a
races of
white
ass.
dude, there's like
Aqualad is by far the most diverse.
well, and then there's all kinds of Robins as well.
They are, but
When-
they're all white Robins.
And I hope that, yeah, right. I hope that, you know, it's like, I just hope this new Batman incorporates Robin a little bit because,
More,
like,
yeah.
Robin hasn't been
alright,
portrayed.
here's the
Or
problem.
Nightwing, like, holy
Here's-
crap!
Oh god, Nightwing would be great. Here's the problem. Those kinds of things I feel like are build-ups.
What's up, Corey?
Hey, thank
Welcome
you
to
for
the
coming
room,
in.
man.
We really appreciate everyone showing up. Also, we appreciate all the likes this week from all the people. I
Yeah,
keep
thanks,
forgetting.
guys.
We got a
getting
ton of new likes
nice
from it. And anyone who is new on the likes or new to the views, and also to all our returners.
Some
By
good
the way,
participation.
Jake is I've seen definitely before. Thank you for coming back and commenting. Corey as well has been here. I think this was Susie's first or second time.
but thanks for
Definitely
coming,
appreciate
everybody.
it. Same for Judson. Thank you so much for coming in.
I think that was your first time coming. Thanks, Judson.
Definitely appreciate it all. And you know what else do we got coming besides that? Does anybody like we said, we would love to hear from you.
Yeah, we're
what
just kind
your-
of bouncing all over this
Yeah.
episode, and it's not bad, you know. It feels
Uh-huh.
like it's smoothly coming through every single topic. You
Oh,
know,
yeah,
we're
yeah. I don't
moving
feel like
through
we're forcing
everyone.
it at all.
No, not at all.
Hey, thank you for the like, Jake. We appreciate the
you.
likes on the main video. That's the other thing is a lot of the times we'll have comments and stuff on the side videos, but we can't see those live.
Yeah,
So
sometimes we can't.
unfortunately,
But thank you guys for your participation
thank
so
you guys.
far.
Yeah, on the live
You
videos
guys
are
make
awesome.
the video. You know, you make the show, guys.
You do.
You make it. You know,
You're
we're just a
100%.
couple guys talking.
I'm
That's
literally
it.
a guy in a white shirt talking.
But we would love for you guys to go ahead and just drop a couple movie titles, you know, or TV shows that are coming up that you think are going to be awesome. Like, drop some really good titles. Like, I know there's, like we were discussing, there's Teen Titans. Is there another Justice League animated movie coming out? Or is it like a Batman, or is there a Superman? I think there's another animated one that we're not hitting.
Let's see.
Um,
Movies.
2017. Yeah, because I think there's a few more.
We have Justice League Dark, Teen Titans. 1 second.
Oh well, that one was awesome.
Return to the Cape. Yeah, it was nice. 1 second, I gotta get to the bottom of the list.
I love that.
We got a lot
That's
of stuff
Batman.
coming
I
up.
don't care what anybody says.
It looks
that was
like
funny.
No, those are live action. Wait, these are all live action. I gotta get to the. These are television films, but we need not serial. Where? This might be it.
Animated.
No, we do, but I'm not seeing it. There's live action, animated films. Here we go. 2017, Justice League Dark, Batman and Harley Quinn.
What?
This is a perspective, so this might not be actually going to happen, but apparently a new original story by Bruce Timm set to be released in summer 2017, part of the DC showcase, maybe? I don't know. We'll see what's going on with that. I don't know if that's a hard one yet, so we're going to lay off.
That might be a soft speculation, but
you know what,
I definitely think the other one, the Teen Titans, yeah, that one's definitely going to come out.
And we've got confirmation on that in several places, so. I'm feeling like tonight's a good night to come back.
Yeah,
This is a great night to come back.
I'm loving.
Also, for those who don't know, we have archives of our videos in our Facebook.
Yeah, if you like to go watch a past episode,
and we will
also
talk
about things like Rogue One. We've talked about all kinds of things, Assassin's Creed. We've talked about Logan and Power Rangers a couple of times now, but it's coming up. Doctor Strange.
We talked about Underworld a bit. We've talked about a lot of stuff. We also talk about games and TV shows, Gotham.
Fantastic Beasts.
We talk about
all
books,
kinds of things,
all sorts of stuff.
And feel free to bring up anything on topic.
Yeah, even if we haven't heard of it, please suggest us.
Yeah, like if there's some things we're not hitting, let us know. We've hit some Overwatch, like we've hit all kinds of different bases.
Which also, I'll definitely have stuff for the gaming stuff later, just because there's always a lot going on in gaming. But this week, I also got the Game Informer. So it's a lot easier.
And then if anybody knows, just go ahead and recommend any upcoming Super Smash Bros. Events. I'm doing that a lot more now. I'm playing Melee a ton. I'm playing Brawl a little bit.
Nice.
So yeah, go ahead and shoot me some invites, guys. Like if you know where the Smash Bros. Stuff is. Nice. Let me know.
You can catch me a lot on either Xbox One or PC. Different games, obviously, on each one. But catch my Twitch stream live at twitch.tv/AxelGrave.
Catch him, man. It's a great channel.
You can just see what I'm doing and come and play, or you can invite me to stuff, whatever. We're always doing crazy stuff. And we're also going to be streaming live music stuff eventually here at some
wonderful,
point. Yeah, it's going to be great.
Look at these endeavors, man. This guy is always working hard. It's beautiful.
It's definitely part of the new
great.
But on top of that, we're always trying to make new content. I'm hoping we're gonna get some videos for the Comic-Con, our Comiconvos page done too. I want to do some videos like Comics Explained does, where we just talk about stuff and kind of go through some real quick things. I'm not gonna have as many images, unfortunately, because I'm lazy at editing.
But no, that's okay.
That's also because you have to have time to edit.
Yeah, right. You gotta have a lot of time.
In addition to that, we enjoy doing this. We enjoy talking with you guys and doing the podcast.
We love talking with you guys. Like, that's the best part about it, guys.
Best part. And if we look like we're looking at the screen, it's because we're sharing.
We're sharing. Yeah, we want you guys to feel like we're also interacting with you. We want you guys to participate. We want you to comment. We want you to talk about all kinds of things with us. We want you to introduce us to any new things that we may not know about.
Definitely.
And if there's something we're not hitting, let us know. If there's something that you want to follow up about, let us know. We'll go back to Rogue One if you would like. If there's some new information released on that, let us know. Like, we love to explore old information. Like, I remember this week I actually relearned. Like, I just actually kind of forgot about it, that the Return of the Jedi was actually originally titled Revenge of the Jedi.
Yeah,
I was like, man,
or Jedi don't get revenge.
Yeah, so people, they renamed it.
They had to rename it.
It would have made the Sith look a little bit different. Like, ooh, it's just a fight between two sides now.
I feel like to a bit it would, but at the same time, there's a lot of the ideals that
Jedi are
that are intrinsically very protagonistic.
Yeah. Especially in the prequel films.
Oh, definitely in the prequel films.
That's technically the canon now, folks. Like, the legacy is not
not
the canon anymore.
Sorry, guys. A lot of it's included. Go back.
Some of it's being
but
touched
a
on
lot
and
of it,
referenced.
but none of it's been
Kylo Ren
hardcore.
is kind of like a homage to that a little bit because he is the son that became evil.
Right. But the thing is, none of the post stuff is being. A lot of pre stuff is. A lot of pre sequels, the pre sequels basically, is still canon. Even stuff prior to 1 might be canon. You know what I mean? And even stuff that happens, before episode 7 to a point. But everything after 7 is basically out the window for the legacy stuff.
Ooh.
That's basically what we've seen.
That's it. Seriously.
Yeah. So, I feel like we've got through the movies. The problem is we haven't gotten to these movies yet. And we can't talk to them about them quite a lot and review them a lot. Like we said, we continue talking about Legion a little bit if people wanted to.
Yeah, definitely.
But,
Shall we move back into Legion?
I think moving back into the Legion and maybe trying to transfer into the comic section.
Yes.
We'll brush video games maybe briefly at the end.
The comics, guys.
Oh, they're all amazing.
All just
every single
great.
week, basically.
We've got so many things coming out, so many things that we're talking about, so many things that are just going on right now and have been going on.
Just
a lot of these things, Legion. Wow, we've been exposed to a lot more Legion than ever before.
Thanks to the popularity of the show, Legion is now getting his due. He is a great character that deserves a lot of respect, a lot of, maybe not admiration, but you gotta respect the pure power of Legion and just, not even that, just his struggle. He's often set up as the antagonist, but he is most definitely a victim.
Definitely, right?
Just a victim, 100%. Every series, if you haven't finished the Legacy series, I don't want to ruin some of it, but...
No, go ahead, dude, because not even halfway through, but I'm enjoying what I'm reading. And
the ending
is... anything is spoiled for me.
Well, the ending is pretty harsh, so... That's kind of why I want to... Yeah. It's not just harsh, it's like a big ending that's like... I don't know, it's very... fucking...
When he was talking to those the twins,
that's almost
I was like, whoa.
The eyeballs give me a fucking run for the money. Those guys are creepy, man. And then he's like killing the dude with this icicle thingy.
That stuff just was crazy.
What people might not know we're talking about basically X-Men Legacy Legion, which is a run that happens after Avengers vs. X-Men.
Probably the most protagonistic depiction of Legion
I've ever seen.
One of the most.
I've never seen him in that much of a pride. Censor before.
He's generally on an antagonistic role, guys. Like, to be honest, he's
a protagonist.
Moving into that anti-hero zone.
He's definitely on the ridge of it in this series.
Yeah,
where he is definitely recognizing his problems and trying to fight them actively and being a person.
The thing about it is like they shouldn't be doing these things to him. The people who have him in captivity or whatnot, and who are trying to test his powers, get that shit out of him. Like, he has all rights to.
Yeah, I mean, it's just the way it is.
That's an original storyline, though, guys. And
that's not to any of the comics.
Legacy,
yeah,
in the X-Men Legacy Legion, we don't get. That's a completely different plot line.
Totally. Honestly, they took the idea and not the. Your hands down, my favorite nerd. There you go.
Wow. Well, thank you.
I'm pretty sure she's talking to you. Because I'm not a nerd.
Even see that.
That's like I'm a total
You're
nerd.
a total nerd.
It's like I'm a huge nerd.
Right?
Let me put on my nerd pants now.
Super nerdy.
Super nerdy.
Oh man, I don't have glasses anymore. I used to have big old nerd glasses.
It's like I didn't used to have these. These are actually smaller than the ones I had, but I used to even have smaller ones.
Nice.
I had tiny glasses.
Little glasses.
Little tiny glasses.
Little tiny glasses.
Anime glasses. No, but Legion, great. I can't even express how much the show is doing good, how much all the comics are amazing.
I read some of the first comics where he was first introduced.
Yep, the Mur
and
Island.
I was just like, just for homage to the retro comics this week, guys, like, the original comics when he was introduced, guys, he was insane. Like, he was just bouncing around to different insane hospitals his whole life. And he does in the show, too. But, like, he just bouncing around in that, and then he just all of a sudden starts using his powers. He freaking lifts Magneto's bed up. Magneto has no control over himself. He's flinging Magneto across the room, and just about drops him outside the window. And
Yeah.
Magneto has absolutely no control. He's like, oh my god, there's power, there's power.
Yeah, it's pretty intense how it goes from, like, especially because his intro is so drawn out
Yeah.
over several
is.
issues of, like, little glimpses, and then all of a sudden it comes to a head as soon as Xavier comes to Mirror Island.
Mm-hmm.
Which is really where you get the heavy taste of what really happens to David Haller, who is Legion, for you who don't know, son of Charles Xavier, Professor X, and possibly one of the strongest mutants in existence. By his and several other people's words.
I mean, he
breaks the power
has
charts.
every single power you could imagine, because every personality that he transforms into, there's a new power. And it could be any type. He could suck in any type of power, any kind.
Well,
like he could in the comics, in X-Men Legacy, he sucks in powers based on beating people.
Yeah,
he can fucking suck in their personality, and then boom, all of a sudden he has their power.
Yep,
it might be way more powerful than what he has in his arsenal now. So
it's ridiculous though, because even beyond that, like, Legion was born with a host of Omega level abilities that are ridiculous. Like, so we see
Pyro.
There, like I said, there are people. To put it in perspective, there are alpha level mutants that are high level. These are people that you see play in the field. These are people like, I want to say Magneto is checked, yeah, but Professor X, Magneto, Wolverine,
Magneto
Cyclops,
might be Omega.
He's borderline, and so is Professor X.
Yeah, they're very borderline,
and,
but they're not
for people
Omega.
who, but for example, Pyro. Cyclops is an alpha level mutant.
Yeah, all the people that make sense. It's like they're definitely
basically anyone who wouldn't just wreck fucking face.
Just wreck, just wreak
annihilate
havoc and
you.
just destroy people. Like,
and so I'm trying to get a couple more levels, because this is important stuff when you actually get into
the
it.
alpha level mutant category is very
so Cable, they got that. I don't know why he's in there.
Cable,
Storm, Colossus, Bishop, Polaris, Havoc. These are alpha level mutants. These are people you wouldn't
Mr.
want.
Sinister,
Pyro,
Banshee. Wow,
there's a host of them.
There's a whole
Namor, Firestar, which people always forget that they've revealed.
Arclight.
Yeah, total.
Oh, Sebastian Shaw. Wow,
who is
total.
Tense.
Very powerful.
Very
lovable
powerful character. Thank you, Josette, for the like of the page.
Yeah, thanks.
That is a friend of mine, and haven't talked to her in a while, but it's good to see you. Hope the family's doing well. And you guys just got to check it out. So, to give you an example, those are alpha level mutants. These are strong people.
Basically, the most powerful mutants are these, but there are some that are even more powerful.
Right,
than that,
and which is where you get to the Omega level mutants.
Yep.
And so Omega level mutants are intense. And
Legion,
there's not that
David
many
Haller,
of them. There's literally
Iceman,
only probably enough
X-Man.
to list on your fingers and toes.
Is it X-Man rendition of Cable?
I think
Scott Summers' child.
I think he's Nate Gray, actually, but it's a different version of Nate Gray. Because Cable has the Technovirus and X-Man, Nate Gray does not, because he's from Age of Apocalypse.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
But yeah, definitely Legion, Iceman, Franklin Richards, Jean Grey, Hope Summers. I always forget Elixir's on there. If you guys don't know about Elixir, and actually they don't have him on here, but Triaz should be on here as well. Someone should get on that on
you
the fandom
with the page, man.
I could, but they might not even have Triaz.
Kid
yet, dude.
Omega, holy.
Oh yeah, if you guys don't know Kid Omega, aka Quentin Queer.
Yeah.
Quire. I think
Quentin
that is
Queer. Yep.
Kid Omega, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. Quentin Query, whatever.
I think it is Query.
And such a sad level.
Query.
By the way, I want to point out, and I think I did this in another episode, and it's fine if I do it again, I guess. But Quentin Queer, people keep making a big deal in some chats I read about Ulysses at the end of Civil War II.
Mm-hmm.
And I won't. This doesn't spoil anything about the actual outcomes of Civil War II, except for as far as Ulysses is concerned. And is that the Ascension, and that's all I'm going to say. And basically, he ascends to a higher level of being.
Seriously?
Yeah, at the end of the Civil War II arc.
Wow.
And he
I didn't read that tie-in.
Oh, it's not a tie-in. It's the end of the regular arc. It happens.
Like the very end.
Yeah.
Of the main plot. Yeah.
Where he's
Civil
like,
War II. Yeah.
Yeah, where he's like, you're beyond this now. It's time to go to this. And everyone's like, oh wow, an Inhuman is like passed on to the next level. Like who's done that?
Yeah, that's
Quentin
one
Queer,
dude.
and this is funnier to me even because of this. Quentin Queer, and people, and I relate this to the Terrigen. Actually, in the comics, in his original appearance as a villain, he doesn't die. They even say it. He takes a bunch of like X Factor stimulants to pump up his powers, and he ascends beyond their physical plane, like into another form of existence. And part of it being is he's eventually the next host of the Phoenix Force, which a lot of people don't know either. It's because he's an Omega level telepath with reality creation effects, not on real reality, but he's able to create reality in people's mind to a very high level.
Wow,
high enough
illusion.
Very much so, and even to the point, like I said, he'll put you in an entire simulation.
Got you in a Tsukuyomi, man.
Oh,
He's
basically
got you locked up.
Oh yeah, and he does it. And if you read Wolverine and the X-Men, you'll see him do it to Wolverine, and a couple other people. Even I mean, he's an intensely powerful psychic that requires usually at least one or two other equal overpowered psychics to fight. And there's just tons of them. There's tons of different, obviously, kinds of.
That's awesome, dude.
Yeah, and there's so many. You guys got to check out the Omega level.
Who else did we have on that list?
So the Omega level list, let me see. I think
we had Jean Grey.
Mr. M, which for
Elixir.
people who don't know about the enigmatic Mr. M, blah blah blah, he's you got to go check him out. I can't really like give you a lot. I think this is the guy I was telling you about, Matthew Malloy. That or this is somebody else from a very earlier time. Which it might be. There's also him, but he's actually beyond Omega level mutant, apparently. You gotta go check out Comics Explained's version of him. There are levels beyond, and actually, I've actually told you about that level, another similar kind of level described in the Worst X-Men Ever. You remember the comic I was telling you about? Yeah. And I can't remember, he tells her, it's like, they call it a mutant level Epsilon.
What?
Beast comes up
Guys,
with it.
I had no idea about this.
It's a side, it's not a part of the mainstream dang it, this isn't what we're looking for. X-Men Ever. It might not be Epsilon, I gotta check. Mutant class Epsilon. That might help though. Nope, that's not what I'm. God dang it.
Jeez.
I know, man. It's hard. It's such an obscure comic. If you guys haven't seen it, the Works X-Men Ever. And I'm just gonna go look at episode 1 so I can try to find this while we do this cast, because it's such a funny little thing. If I can find it. She's
the worst X-Man ever. Wow.
I know, right? I forgot I hadn't actually showed you any of the titles, and that's him right there. It's
face
so
palm. He actually looks like
it's a 5-part series. It's not even a single issue.
Are you serious?
I'm serious.
It's not a single issue.
Boom. Issue 2. Let's see if I'm not getting good internet. Issue 3. Issue.
It's not an entire volume, is it?
I don't know if they have the whole volume together. Okay, let me see if I can find this real quick and see if she's in here. Because it's actually a young black girl, I believe, is the character who has this reality level of power. I don't know if she's what thing she shows up in though, so I'm trying to find
that like augmented power over Omega.
Yes, if I can freaking find it.
What is her power?
Basically to do whatever she wants. Like, it's reality bending, but it's even to a higher level than that, apparently, because it's...
She could just make reality change at any moment.
Yeah, basically, like, they even show her getting rid of a ton of villains and stuff, like, with a thought.
Jeez. A thought.
Wait, who gets crunched?
Guys, could you imagine?
Oh, and I forgot, his whole story is he goes to get his powers checked, right, at the story place.
Hey, Scott, what's up, man? Welcome
Thanks for coming
to the room.
in. Sorry we're obsessing on this. But the storyline is of this kid who learns he's a mutant through a random genetic test.
And this is X-Men, the worst X-Men ever comic timeline.
By the way,
it's amazing. Like, this guy has the worst power ever. To be honest, like it's
the worst. So
the worst.
he, what he can do is explode, but he can't
What's up,
regenerate.
Michelle? Welcome to the room, man.
He can't regenerate. He just explodes and dies. And he can only do it once.
One time.
He can only do.
He can explode. And this is the worst X-Man ever. Like, this comic timeline. It's like this mutant, this guy. His power is that he can explode one time, and then that's it. He dies. He'll explode that once, and then after that, it's crazy.
It is. It's freaking insane. I'm trying to find this. Dang it! It's not this one either. It's so hard.
It'd be cool if he could regenerate. Like, that would be
then he
dope
would be an
power.
exploding person, but he's not. He just dies in one hit. And so he learns that, and he's with his parents. He's like, okay, well, and he's like, I'm sorry, there's not really much we can teach you here. We can, you can stay and learn and be safe with us or whatever. Not really. They get attacked all the time. How's getting destroyed is good for building Bill's character. I've screwed that line of shit, but it's so great. But seriously, and then his parents get squished by a sentinel. Like in the next panel, they just get crunch on an attack on the school, and then he has to stay there. I shouldn't be like, Goku versus Wolverine, gotta go Goku.
Over Wolverine?
I have
you go
to.
Goku, man? Yeah, I think
That's
I would
just
go
what is he
Goku
gonna do?
as
What is
well.
he gonna do if Goku flies straight in the air?
He can go Super Saiyan God at this point.
I know,
it's
he's
like,
just too hard.
He's just too high powered.
It's too much, man.
Which Super Saiyan God, if you guys didn't know, is a new ascension in Dragon Ball Super.
Yep, it's
and it's actually more powerful than Super Saiyan 4.
Actually, they have an even level after that now, don't they? Oh, you haven't caught up to that. Actually, I don't ruin that.
No, they do.
It's Rose.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Super Saiyan Rose, and they actually have one after that now as well. I don't remember that one's name, but it's another one.
It's like they keep going up, guys.
But they did exactly
the best
what
thing.
They want. That's what we wanted.
Yeah.
We always wanted more
like
levels, more.
We stopped at 4. We wanted to see 5, 6. There's all these concept levels of, like, a silver hair Super Saiyan or something, or like a longer hair. Oh,
that's it. Spectacular Bailey, you've stumbled upon an Omicron level mutant.
Omicron level mutant.
And he's like, Omicron? I've never even heard of that. I know. I just came up with it. What's an Omicron? It's just the most ominous sounding Greek alphabet letter.
Hey guys, we jumped up to 7 viewers. Thank you guys for tuning
so much.
in. Like,
we appreciate it.
We really like it. Please feel free to chime in. By the way,
please comment.
Let us know. Let us know what you guys are looking forward to in terms of the comic realm. Like, is there any comic that you're reading that you just feel like, oh man, this is hitting it right now? Manga.
Oh yeah, we love manga.
Oh yeah,
Boku no Hero Academia. Caught up again.
Damn,
caught up to the manga.
Good.
So good.
I love Deku, man.
Deku's the boss.
I'm like, he's just such a
All
brave
Might's pretty
guy.
great.
Yeah, All Might is just...
All Might is that dude.
He's just that guy. But you know what time is approaching, don't you?
It's the time. The switch.
Deku's gonna all of a sudden become a better character. Hopefully, I mean, that's
I'm
the plan.
hoping he doesn't, though, because the way this one works, there's not a lot of... Like, especially being the school thing, there's ways you can take it, etc., but... They have to work in a much slower time frame, or they're going to speed through school, out of school, into Herodom, and be done with the series. Because My Hero No Academia, once they're out, now he could go to a subsequent series, but then it's just another Hero series. Not to say it's not a great Hero series, but there are others.
You don't want Deku to become more powerful, though?
I do, but in steps.
The best thing... I want it to go slow.
And as I've been reading the manga, if they follow that trend in the anime... It is. They're doing a good job.
The pacing of Deku's growth is very, very good and realistic.
They haven't given him a growth in 30 chapters, which is great.
And the thing about it, dude, is think about it this way. All these other guys had their powers all their lives. Deku just got his power.
And not just that, I like how they depict Deku in that sense, not winning every fight.
Yeah, he doesn't.
Every anime character wins through will alone and luck and bullshit and suddenly boosting
Ichigo,
power.
Hollow Man.
I am sorry. I know.
Nine-Tailed Fox.
Goku gets a new level of power. Everybody
gets saved.
One Piece. To be fair, One Piece is very good about getting a new thing, and working it in, and then doing it. They're also good about having the whole team.
Sometimes
he does too. Not only that, they're very good about showing everybody fighting. It's not just about Luffy's fight. And that's why it takes so long.
Bleach does a pretty good job of that, too.
They do.
They're starting to do only Ichigo, but for a while there, they were hitting all of them.
Well, and that's how they did in the manga. That's what I enjoy. I'm actually rewatching Bleach Matter of
Nice,
fact,
man.
I'm back up on episode 40 again because I'm just listening.
learned that fucking Grimjaw's back
Oh, nice.
in the Quincy arc. Yep.
Nice. I didn't know you just... Okay, yeah.
My
Because I'm
fault. I
caught
might
up.
have spoiled my
No,
apologies.
I meant I didn't know you weren't caught up to that part.
Yeah.
I'm just caught up to Bleach on the manga as well.
Nice.
So
dude.
I had seen him, what was that?
I've read all of Naruto now.
Oh, yeah, I finished
Every
it a long
single-
time ago.
The
I haven't
guidance.
read the full... I gotta get the new ones. But I haven't read the full one more than a couple times, but I've read up to several times. Same with Naruto, same with Bleach and One Piece. I've read several of the up twos several times, like up to 300, read like 3 or 4 times each series.
Mm-hmm.
Up to 600, probably only 1 or twice.
Exactly. You go through one whole read through probably 1 or 2 times, and then
Probably
you
once a year
chop
I do.
through. Yeah.
You or maybe every other year. Sometimes you go through and reread your whole series, and it's like, oh, yep,
Yeah,
I'm back
I just
to it.
finished
Like
rereading
Yu Yu
Naruto.
Hakusho, I just went and reread or
Nice.
rewatched. God, I love it. So many
Yu
good
Yu
ones.
Hakusho's
Katakyu
amazing.
Hitman Reborn.
Rurouni
such
Kenshin
good.
just
Rurouni
finished
Kenshin again.
That one. I also.
thank you,
Ooh, yeah, right. Also, I just finished another one. Cowboy Bebop is
Yes.
another one I just
Oh,
went through.
God. I
And I
talked
was
about
trying-
that. Someone and me were
Samurai
always talking about that.
Champloo I'm on right
So
now.
good. So good. One of my
Hip hop and
favorites.
samurai.
Yes. And the fun
Gotta
part is
watch
it's just
it.
so low key, like awesome.
Right. Oh.
They're so good. There's
Mugen.
so many good. There's new
love
ones
him.
coming out. I got to tell you about this before it hits mainstream. 'cause
Shazam versus Thor, huh?
Shazam. All right, and here's the thing. Everyone goes with, all right, magic doesn't work on Shazam, but Thor doesn't need magic. He just beats the shit out of people.
Even with
The
without
hammer is
the
magic.
hammer.
Thor is not. Thor's he's mystical, but he's celestially mystical.
And he could just beat the crap out of anyone, dude. Like, he's powerful.
Here's
man.
the thing: Shazam has the strength of Hercules, right? Which is awesome. Thor can go blow to blow with Hercules easily, easily blow to blow, if not outmatch Hercules. Because people forget that not only is Thor a god in the sense that he's a god of Asgard. His mother is Gaia, the god of Earth, the embodiment of a celestial body, technically.
Yep.
So it's
he's
technically
half
a
human.
celestial being. Well, not human. He's like celestial or
yeah,
some
yeah,
shit.
celestial being. My
Or
apologies.
Gaia Marvel. I can't remember exactly how it works.
Gaia.
But Thor, they talk about it. Thor's potential for strength is even higher than Odin's. Odin says several times that Thor will be stronger than him.
Oh yeah, and
as time goes.
I hope that's what starts happening in Ragnarok. Like, I feel like these movies.
You should have
haven't
seen a
depicted-
lot of this. A lot of the comic stuff. The King
Fantastic.
Thor, the one I showed you about the King Thor arc.
That one I have not read.
You
but
gotta
man,
read the arc. He kills everybody. But
That's
I don't feel like
awesome.
he's such a dick like Superman in Gods Among Us.
Watch Tokyo Majin. Yeah,
Majin?
Tokyo Majin.
Tokyo Majin.
Thought you had brought that one up.
Or Ajin, I know. I just don't know what Tokyo Majin is. Oh, okay. Tokyo Demon Academy, the Book of Weapons Ascension. I'll have to check it out.
Yeah, I've never seen that. Actually,
It's an anime series, not based on a manga, which is why I haven't seen it, because I'm mostly manga. But I do anime when I know there's good stuff, so I'll keep this
so it's
on
an
my list.
original anime
Can I
series.
find it on Netflix, or am I going to have to run and find it on Crunchyroll? Either way, I'll watch it. I just wonder.
Oh, look, is that Axel Gray?
Hey, OCL! What's up, man? Thank you for tuning in. But yeah, I definitely watched Tokyo Majin. Shazam versus Thor, I feel like is a good fight.
Absolutely.
But I feel at the end of the day,
Thor
is
got it.
The thing is, Thor is such an underrated character in movies. In the comics, they often power him down to such a level that he's never. They talk about it, even when Thor
at this point, he's not Thor anymore, correct?
Well, no, he's no longer. He's the Odinson.
Yeah.
And you should see the new Unworthy Thor that was out this
Sick.
week, where he's fighting with
saw a clip of that,
Proxima
man. I was
Midnight
like,
and
whoa.
the Black Swan. But I have to give it
It
to
used
Thor.
to be on Netflix. I think they took it off now.
That's okay.
Man.
We'll figure
find
it
it on Crunchy.
But I have to give it to Thor, not only because of, he physically is at least a match for Shazam without magic.
Without, yeah.
Not
he's
only
got
that,
awesome axe.
Shazam's big move besides just punching and fighting is lightning.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we've had this contention before whether or not Thor.
God of...
Right, but it might be magic lightning was my contention. So maybe. Problem is, I feel that Thor could dish out way more lightning than Shazam ever could.
Exactly.
Not only that, Thor actually has Earth-based powers that he never uses. He can use earthquakes, seismic shifts, all kinds of shit. Like I said, they power down Earth, but like if you read the What If, I can't remember. It's a What If Tony Stark hadn't. It was something What If Civil War. And it's basically the Watcher or some kind of Watcher showing Tony what would have happened had certain things happened in Civil War. And one of them was what would happen if Tony had never, had not stepped up and been the guy for the Registration Act and had been like, no, I'm not going to be a part of it. And so basically what happens is Guy Ritchie...
What would happen if he would have did that?
Well, right. If both him and Cap had said, no, I'm not going to stand for this and I'm going to not, we're not going to
they're both in support.
Right. And so without him spearheading the charge, basically, Guy Ritchie gets put in charge of the administering the act, the Superhuman Registration Act. And he takes Tony's research on Thor's clone and makes an army of Ragnaroks instead of just one.
Fuck.
Yeah, he makes like 30 of them and makes a whole army. And they talk about it in the thing. I believe Janet Van Dyke, whatever her last name is, for the Wasp.
Oh,
the Wasp.
Van Dyke, I think.
Yeah, Shazam has the power of multiple gods, and I'm really assuming he has the other pathogens of the dark side work. I'd like to see if he still has those. You're gonna have to go to your retro thing. Shazam has one power from multiple gods, not the power of multiple gods. I have to point this out often.
Yeah,
and that's why it's Shazam.
Power, right?
Well, no. So it's each letter is for a god.
Okay.
The letters of Shazam.
That's right. Yeah, because they
spell
have been
out
from the.
Yeah, this is old hat. This is not.
Yeah, this
is not new news. And if it's been retroed and stuff, that's fine. That's cool. Like a lot of the new 52 stuff, I don't pay attention to because I don't even think it's canon anymore. But he has one power from multiple gods.
Rebirth.
Let me see where it says. It might be in his power. That's probably where it's at. Yeah, Solomon, Hercules, Atlas, Zeus, Achilles, and Mercury. He has the wisdom of Solomon, the strength of Hercules. That's how it works out for his thing. I can't remember exactly. And so, like, this is what they're talking about. The new god empowerment. As a result of his death, his connection to the gods granted him power, which removed all of his original powers and take their place. The abilities, strength, fire, compassion. And even with all this, I've seen nothing that would suggest that he would be able to beat Thor, who, like I said, not only is he as strong as Odin, the leader of a pantheon, which would be the equivalent. He's more powerful than Odin, full bore. For example, King Thor, Rune King Thor, can manipulate time and space. Then what? Source manipulation, yeah. And that's the other thing is we always talk about.
And fucking
that whole thing was the thing.
Holy shit!
So the whole source manipulation is the other thing. The problem with DC is all of its power is maintained off the source. Marvel doesn't work that way. Everybody has access to any power. No one gets to choose the source.
Say?
Source manipulation acquired from the old god Zanu's Yuga Khan, enabling him to enter and exit the source at will. There is no ultimate power like that in Marvel. There is no ultimate source
power.
Yeah, sorry. Everybody goes on an even playing field in either science or cosmic power of different levels.
Exactly.
Everybody has
pretty much one or the other.
Yeah.
Like you either have
For
the
example,
powers
if you watch the new Ultimates 2, you will understand how the power scheme in Marvel is not as set as it is in DC.
DC is very defined.
Well, it's very defined. The source is basically the one above all, which people don't like to equivalate, but that is what the source is. It's the will of DC, which is cool, but it means nothing in an inter-company fight.
That's true.
Very similar to how the Speed Force wouldn't work in the Marvel Universe. The source wouldn't have anything to do in the Marvel Universe. So if we take them to a third universe, and like I said, even put it then Thor's natural strength, natural speed, natural abilities that like I said, never came
surpass
from some
this.
powerful thing. They were always naturally instilled.
It's just naturally.
And
in
here's
him.
my big thing. I don't know, Green Lantern. Oh, Green Lantern versus Gohan in the Boo Saga. Green Lantern. I'd go Green Lantern.
Oh,
Gohan's weak as fuck in the Boo Saga. Weak as fuck. Weak as fuck. So
He's
weak.
Pretty powerful and super.
But by the way, the other reason I feel like Thor would beat Shazam, battle experience. More than anything, Thor has.
Oh no, I gotta
hundreds
jump
of
to that
thousands
Green
years.
Lantern versus Gohan.
That
man.
is
you
so
gotta
good.
give Gohan.
I like
some
Gohan.
credit.
Which
He's
Green
a-
Lantern are we talking about?
Yeah, which one are we talking about? Hal Jordan, Kyle Rayner.
I say anyone
Jon
but
Stewart.
anybody but Guy Gardner beats his ass. That's my opinion. If you don't like it, that's cool. Gohan, in my opinion, was super weak in that saga. Super weak.
Come on,
Nope,
dude.
nope.
He was
I didn't
very...
even see him Super Saiyan 2. He got
was
his ass
very-
kicked by everybody.
No, he was very powerful in the
In the previous
the
saga,
Cell saga.
yeah, in the previous saga, he was way more powerful than he was in the Boo saga.
Nah,
That's not what we're talking.
nah.
Yes, just like in this saga, he's
But
way
the mystic
weaker
power
than he
level
was.
is beyond the Super Saiyan 2. It is.
That's
It's a step above. It's
even
not
then,
Super Saiyan 3, but it's like in between.
But he didn't
That's
even
what it's
have
supposed
that
to
in
be.
that.
He did.
He
In
had
the
that
Boo
at the
saga.
very end, and even then,
Even
didn't
then
do
he
anything.
He
Didn't do
win.
anything, and he had a buff and a magic sword.
He
He'd get
beat
his
the
ass
demon guy.
Vegeta beat the demon guy.
You're
Wasn't
right.
even Super Saiyan 3.
You're
He was-
right.
I'm
Deborah
sorry.
or whatever.
Mystic Gohan, I mean, I can't. He got his ass kicked the entire time.
No, he didn't. He came in flying in. He beat the shit out of Boo for a while, and then it kind of like cut off on him,
He got his
and he
ass
got
kicked.
fucked up.
He made no lasting
No, he
results.
absorbed somebody. I think.
I
Boo.
think he dropped somebody, didn't he? Let's see. He might have absorbed somebody who was nearby. Regardless, got his ass whooped. Didn't make any lasting impression. Made Boo stronger.
Good point.
I just say that the Green Lantern, with the level of his fighting versus that specific Gohan, I would have taken Gohan versus the Cell version way over.
Crazy
This one.
matchup. I just thought about how about Beerus versus fucking Thanos
That would be interesting.
with the Infinity Gauntlet.
Okay, Infinity Gauntlet, then I'd give it to Thanos. It's hard to beat Thanos with it. The thing about the Infinity Gauntlet most people don't realize is
really?
technically Thanos with the Infinity Gauntlet is always limited by the writer. He can do whatever he wants with the Infinity Gauntlet.
But
he has
think about it
total
though.
mastery of
With
time and
Beerus,
space.
we haven't been shown all of his full
No.
potential power.
That's true, but I don't even have to do that because I can take from some of the exposition stuff. Like I said, Thanos with the Infinity Gauntlet has full control over time and space and the
True.
mind and the soul. He should technically never lose. He only loses because the writers say, "How
Here's
you know,
a reason to lose,
yeah,
bro.
here's the reason." Literally, there's one where he's like, "Oh, I've tripped and fallen." Literally, Vegeta Blue versus Superman. This is a personal opinion. I think all the Super Saiyans 3 and higher would beat the shit out of Superman.
Out of Superman. Thank you.
They are planet destroyers on an easy level.
Easy. Well, he was like
Sorry,
clashing with
they've
Beerus
been
in the very
destroying-
first episodes,
And
they
almost
almost
destroying
destroyed the
planet.
entire
just
universe.
by punching
Just
each
by
other,
punching.
not by hitting the planet, just by punching each other. Omni King
versus
wins because
Thanos with Gauntlet.
he intrinsically has mastery over time and space.
Yeah.
Omni King always wins. Omni King's the new bullshit, man. If
Omni
you haven't seen
King's
any of
an
the Omni
asshole.
King stuff, it's not even an asshole. He's just fucking. He's the Omni King.
In the sense that, geez, his powers are freaking insane.
Yeah, I mean he is. I have to go. That's just my personal. Maybe Superman Prime. Meh. The thing is, if we're talking
No.
the Superman Silver Age thing where he's blowing away cosmos with his breath, which we haven't seen in years, then maybe. But even then, like I said, we've been seeing literally
he
it
was
shows
like
him
OP.
sneeze and then a cosmos would blow away. But
He was OP for a while. He got nerfed. But,
he's still OP. But
yeah, very.
But here's my thing, and here's my comparison. Superman's very strong, can destroy a planet. Vegeta and the Super Saiyans have been destroying planets since pre-Super Saiyan.
Like nothing.
Pre-Super
Like
Saiyan,
nothing. They
Vegeta
were
was
just-
ready to blow
Literally,
up the
they
planet.
were just powering up beams and destroying planets. As just, like you said, just Saiyan warriors. They're like, we've been
And
trained to
having gone with
destroy
that, we
freaking
talk about
planets.
Superman being only vulnerable to radiation, beams, light, radiation. Who's to say they're not shooting green super beams like kryptonite?
That,
We
like,
don't
yeah,
know
exactly. Like, who's
that's
to say they
always
wouldn't
my
get
thing.
that, you know?
Not even just that. That could be totally by accident. I mean, that's how kryptonite worked the first time. Oh, I accidentally stumbled into a green rock that killed me.
Yep.
But even above that, if you've seen different powers, there's even people like, all right, Goldo could probably beat Superman with the right amount of thing.
Really? You think so?
Nah, I don't think he has a way to kill him. Other ways, yes. No. You know what? I'm gonna pull a page from Superman.
How about the whole Hulk versus Superman?
All right, so
Hit
versus the Flash. Hit. Oh, Hit. Hit from that.
From what?
I gotta go Flash. Hit's from is from Dragon Ball Super.
Oh yeah, Hit.
He's fast and he lives in the future, but Flash also can. The Flash is bullshit. He goes through time. Kenshin versus Zoro. And tons of people chose Kenshin. What say you? This is a hard fight for me. I don't know. All right, we'll do them both. I say Flash. Flash has always been the fastest man alive with the Speed Force.
He has, yeah.
He transcends space and
time.
We're
talking about Barry Allen, I'm assuming. So that's
I was actually going to talk about Wally West.
Yeah, I was.
I love Wally West.
I was going to say, if we're talking about Wally West, it's a very dominant.
Yeah, Wally West has been shown multiple times to be one of the fastest people ever.
Yeah,
in any comic book period. Just the feats he saved an
so
entire.
Much faster than Barry.
One of the feats I saw that, and they talk about it, it's a light speed passing time kind of thing.
Well, he passed death. He beat death in the race.
Oh, yes, that too. But more than even death, they've shown that he's in one scene saves like an entire town in the space of a time that a nuclear blast is going off. And that they talk about it, that would technically transpeed the speed of light by like 40 times.
That's true.
Well, just by the tiny infinitesimal, like they wouldn't be able to physically do it.
That's crazy, dude.
It's just one of those things. It's very cool. It's also one of those things the comic book writer didn't take into account because it doesn't say, "Oh, I'm moving through time to do this," because that would be what you had to do. I don't know. I'm not sure about the Kenshin versus Zoro one because they live in a lot different kinds of worlds. Just because of the different kinds of worlds and how far the One Piece world is now,
exactly.
I have to give
Zoro because there is a lot more to go off of. And
it's mostly because of the hockey, I'd say. Yeah. The armament hockey allows them to cut through anything that's not hockey. So any sword, any piece, whatever, just falls. Also Zoro can cut steel, etc. I kind of got to give it to him.
Hella powerful.
Oh well, yeah. I mean, they're not realistic at all. Whereas Kenshin lives in at least a little
samurai
bit. The thing is, it's still very unreal, but it's nowhere near as unreal as One Piece.
It's like ish.
I feel like that's a less fair comparison than say to someone like Zoro and God, who's another good sword wielder? Maybe even the Bleach guys. Yeah. Maybe someone in Bleach.
Ichigo or
I'd
something.
say maybe what's his name? Kenpachi, Zaraki.
Okay. Yeah.
Just because I feel like those two are those super strong fighter, cut through shit.
Yeah. Ooh,
like who would want to see a Kenpachi versus Zoro? That's what I would like to see.
Ooh.
But yeah, I gotta give Flash over Hit. Flash is super fast. Future Trunks versus Ichigo.
Ooh, Ichigo's had like a lot longer of development
Not
in
even
some of the
that.
arcs, and it's like some of the times when he's depicted, he's very fucking powerful.
He's depicted a lot different
Trunks
levels.
In Super, are we talking about Future Trunks?
Even in Super, Future Trunks, even in the newest arc where Future Trunks is fighting, starts with a G, I think. But
stream running smooth now.
Thank you. We've got the new. Oh yeah, that's my friend. Thank you, Izzy, for helping with the PC. Guys, hit up Izzy if you need something built. He's probably getting super going.
Thank you so much. It's a very clean one. Super.
Thank you also for Eric joining in. And
Michelle, thanks for the participation.
Yeah,
man.
we enjoy it. We love it when
thank
you guys are commenting and talking. We love it. This is exactly what we want, talking about these things that we might not agree on. Like I said, I might, I haven't seen Flash fight Shazam in the comics. I have to say, I've watched and saw Thor lose in the comics to Superman. That was the crossover. It's been about 20 years since the crossover, so it might not be that way anymore.
Flash also beat Quicksilver.
Only in DC, though.
Very true.
When he came to Marvel, he lost. Well, he didn't have the Speed Force. Mm-hmm. Without the Speed Force, he is not even a match.
Nearly as quick.
Not even close. He literally couldn't even come back.
Right?
But I love that Quicksilver was all soft. Having said that, if you read more of that, Scarlet Witch was actually probably more powerful than everybody combined in that series. Because when she went to DC, Chaos Magic is more powerful in DC, which made her so much more powerful. She she was intense,
Just
dude.
dominating
She
people.
instantly knew where everything was, teleported to all the teams around the DC universe immediately. She was crazy. There were other combination fights. For example,
I kind of wish they would have kept them as mutants, though.
I
Scarlet Witch and
do. That is
Quicksilver.
one thing I didn't like, that they took them out of the mutants because they were real strong
they were
parts.
really cool, like really strong about like the whole like.
Definitely, and I wanted to look
Mutants can
because
be
there was.
people,
Now I'm
too.
gonna go through some of the comics because there's some cool stuff I found in comics that I thought you would like to see. They'd like to hear about.
What comics?
All kinds. Trust me,
guys.
this is the part of the week
Heart
where I
pumping.
go and find all of
Getting
these
some good
silliness.
comics coming up, just like the Batman Batman and Spider-Man. Gosh, that's such a good comic.
Let's see, I thought I had them all. Oh god! All right, I know what to do. It's just because I have the view on weird. I like to look at it through details and date.
Oh, yep, save. List.
2017. So, ton of them. Let's start with this one. This is one of my favorites, and I wish I could share it to you guys. I'll probably put it on the page sometime soon, if I can. Oh, of course, I'm not going to be able to open it because I'm a fool. I have to open it with this. Come on. You know you wanna.
Using a reader.
It's a it's a Photoshop. These are all Photoshops. It's actually Registry Editor Photoshop as well. See if I can even open up some recent ones. That would be way better because I know I have more recent ones here. Oh come on, don't do it to me. It's just taking a second. Meanwhile, what are some of your guys' Pikachu versus Agumon? Just Agumon?
Just Agumon, or are we talking about Greymon
and
Metal Greymon
Greymon
and War Greymon
and all the
Mega Greymon and all that shit.
Mecha War Greymon.
Like what are we talking about? Just Agumon?
Just Agumon? Because I'd say just Agumon, lose.
Pikachu.
He was pretty
Just
tame.
Agumon was like pepper breath, and the fucking
literally that was the
fireball
sound.
was like
Pepper breath.
Ah!
That was his voice too, very high. Yeah, base Agumon
Base.
would lose to Pikachu.
Yeah, definitely.
I think.
But if we're talking like Greymon,
Yeah,
like,
then we
Greymon
then we
would
see
crush
Def-
Raichu. Like
I definitely think so.
definitely,
I think it would.
It's a
even be
freaking
fight.
gigantic.
Digimon
dinosaur.
went way hyper than.
Oh yeah, with the evolutions and Pokemon ever
So
did.
here's one of my favorites.
In their most recent meeting, Superman stated the Hulk was stronger than anyone he's ever gone up against after being punched out of orbit.
And that doesn't necessarily apparently hurt Superman at all. Neither does Superman apparently ever hurt the Hulk in this comic. It's a very even. Having said that, in previous ones, I don't remember exactly their interactions. They weren't.
What do you
very
guys
long.
think, Hulk or Superman?
I
That's
think it's
one
very
that's going around the internet pretty widely
widespread,
now, right now.
and there's a lot of people on both sides. I have to say, for me, it's a very close fight, especially because I know
Very close.
Superman's one of Superman's weaknesses is getting the shit beat out of him.
And yeah, because he could get knocked out.
Like I said,
guys,
someone
just 'cause he couldn't
told me
die,
at
he
one
could get
time it was
knocked out.
Doomsday beat Superman because he had kryptonite spliced in his DNA. That's the movie. That
I
is
got
not
Adrian
comics.
Hall thinking.
Uh,
So was your answer Hulk then?
My answer is Hulk because, like I said, the only time you ever see Superman lose a straight up fight is to Doomsday, who literally just beats him into dirt.
And think about it, if it's like World War Hulk or like one of the bigger Hulks.
Oh, World War
it's
Hulk, I don't
over
even
with.
think it would be a fight. I'm saying that
over with.
I'm
dude.
saying that a very mad Hulk, World War Hulk, I definitely think would win. I say it's a
Absolutely.
good fight and could go either way between
but
a mad and a
angrier.
Well,
he gets,
you
it's
guys
just
have
like,
to read
whew.
the World War Hulk era. He takes Black Bolt's scream straight to the face. Black Bolt's screams is supposed to be able to destroy planets,
and he just
planets.
boop, it brushes on him like nothing. And
Yeah,
it's
he
just like,
literally doesn't care.
okay.
He shakes off Xavier's madness. He beats the Juggernaut down in like one punch.
He just wreaks havoc.
He
dude.
does. He tears
wrecks.
apart the whole world basically, and the only one who can fight him is the Sentry,
Mhm.
who, in my opinion, is one of the most broken characters to ever fucking exist. If you've never read about the Sentry, you
Sentry.
wouldn't. Thank you for coming to me, Sal. will probably be on for maximum another 30, but we'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
But that was definitely one of my favorite ones. Was Hulk and Superman have that one. There is another one. There's a lot of stuff from the JL and all the crossover stuff that is amazing. For example, Superman can't lift Thor's hammer.
Dang.
Can't do it. He does once, or actually twice. No, I think it's once.
Cap can.
Cap can, but Superman can't. And I love this one because it talks about it. There's an enchantment upon my hammer laid by my father. It's not easily lifted. He's like, I held it before. It's like, my father is stern Superman, but not stupid. A very few worthies have been allowed to overcome the spell in desperate hours. But know this, perhaps it was but briefly, but it was in good hands.
Jeez, man.
I like that.
Who was that Cap beat with his hammer?
Oh, that's the Juggernaut.
Yeah.
He kills the Juggernaut, actually.
The Juggernaut.
Doesn't even beat him. Kills him in one strike with Thor's hammer. Having said that, I did want to show... I'm going to hopefully get some of these up later with the Cap shield and the hammer. Don't know if you've ever seen this image before. He even says, I've never felt so... Never would have guessed.
Wow.
Yeah, to watch him, and he's breaking through the source wall,
OP.
basically, I believe, at that point. So with Thor's hammer, he's able to break through the wall.
Way too OP, man.
Oh yeah, it's crazy. There's like, he even says at one point he's holding up, he's like, I like this shield. This one I love is a great depiction. This is Prometheus, who is kin to Taskmaster in DC.
Mm-hmm.
Basically,
thanks for all our viewers, by the way.
Yeah, by the way, so much love for the comments and the views, and if we've been caught up on any one thing, we're sorry. But we enjoy talking with you so much.
Yeah, let us know if there's any... We've been kind of bouncing around tonight, guys.
We have.
And we like it.
But the picture basically is, and it is in the crossover, depicts Captain America fighting Prometheus, who is akin to Taskmaster in DC. Basically what he does is he watches hyper blah 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 videos and audio of fighters and can copy their fighting. And so he says, I'm going to fight you with all the fighting skills of Batman. There's no way you can win. And Cap smirks. And this is Cap fighting with Prometheus later and kicking his ass, obviously. Now, the reason I like this one is in an earlier...
So, Cap versus Batman, huh?
Oh, you gotta see the actual... You should see the actual Cap versus Batman. That's what I was leading up to.
What?
Yep. Very calm.
Let's see some pages, man.
This is the page, and so oh no, I closed it. All right, so basically the it's a very tame page where you see some very precise fighting, and the quotes go a feint, a counter, a shift, a response, and then Batman says, "All right, it's conceivable you could beat me, Avenger, but would it take you a very long time? Tell me this though, do you want to?" And Cap says, "No. You're not the enemy. We're all just pawns in a larger scheme."
Cap being Cap.
Batman being Batman.
Yep.
And they basically ninja off after that to do their own thing. It's so great. They're just like, let's go.
Do they actually start fighting each other?
No, this is all they fight in the entire thing is that fight. They have a little bit of a thing before that, but it's literally this right here.
Wow.
Is that feint, a counter. Like, they recognize that they're both very good fighters, and I love that the admission is like, Batman's like, you could possibly beat me, but it would take a long time.
Let's see.
Man,
their first meeting was epic. We are just pawns. We are all just pawns.
Yes,
yeah, that could be.
That is exactly the one. Thank you, Rachel Hine. That is.
Like, jeez.
Leo, say something naughty.
Nope, not happening.
But all you have to say is something naughty.
Superman, Superman. That's all I'm gonna get into.
Oh man, there's
That's
so much.
all I'm gonna say. It's a hint.
All I gotta say is there's so much other stuff. I have a bunch of what ifs. What if?
Ooh.
Oh man, there's so many.
I love the Marvel what ifs.
Oh, for example, one of my Marvel what ifs is Marvel what if Wolverine, enemy of the state, was never stopped by I can't remember who stops him in Enemy of the State when he's brainwashed by the Hand and he's going around killing heroes and resurrecting them for the Hand.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, this this one I picked up because it's a what if, and so it's the only place I've been able to find it so far. If I could freaking zoom in, is Wolverine versus Luke Cage.
What? Are you serious?
And in this one, it shows Wolverine can indeed cut into Luke Cage's skin. You see here, he's already cut, and Luke died saving the president on national TV. So, for those of you who want to know, at least according to a what if, obviously not canon, Luke Cage can be cut by adamantium.
Wow.
Yeah, you should see. You know who ends up finishing him in the end of this?
Who was that?
Shadowcat. Kitty Pryde is the only one able to kill Wolverine.
Logan?
Yep.
Wow.
I mean, he kicks everyone. He kills Magneto. He kills frickin' he has help. The only way he's able to kill Magneto is the Hand is able to teleport him.
Oh, gotcha.
So
I'm like, how the heck?
Yeah, but he kills Magneto. He kills Susan Storm. All kind she pops his head. It doesn't matter. He comes right back up.
Right.
But
what?
Shadowcat ends up killing him in that series.
Oh, man. I just hate Squirrel Girl. I hate Squirrel Girl.
I hate Squirrel Girl.
Yeah, Squirrel Girl is just...
Having said that, the one good part of Squirrel Girl that I found, through massive searching, is the only part I like, and it has nothing to do with Squirrel Girl except for the squirrel part, is they've revealed, and it might not be canon, they revealed Weapon 2 from the Weapon X series in an issue of Squirrel Girl, I believe issue number 6 of Squirrel Girl in 2017. And it is a squirrel with an adamantium-laced skeleton and all of the same powers as Wolverine, including claws. You gotta see it.
Oh my goodness.
I think I have it somewhere in a picture.
It's a version of Squirrel Girl?
No.
Or it's just a squirrel. A Wolverine squirrel.
Can I find it? I swear I had it in here somewhere. Weapon, maybe? No, I can't. I can find it there. I'll find it out of here. But yeah, it's Weapon 2 in the series, and it's in a. There's apparently. Yep.
Weapon 2.
Oh, it's not showing it. See, this is what they used to call Weapon 2, Hunter in the Darkness, but this guy has a bunch of messed up facts. He put a bunch of stupid crap. Marvel Weapon Plus Program, Weapon 2, Squirrel Girl. Girl number 5.
Weapon Plus.
Yeah, that's the only way I'm going to find it. That or I'll have to actually go to the Squirrel Girl one. Oh, come on. Yep, there it is. Weapon 2 was later captured as part of a group of semi-animal characters, including Howard the Duck, Squirrel Girl, Beast, and Rocket Raccoon.
Howard the Duck.
Yep. He appeared as a squirrel with Wolverine's adamantium skeleton claws, intelligence, and healing factor, although his claws make a snucked sound compared to Wolverine's snicked sound. He also sports a Weapon X visor.
Wow.
Yeah, so he looks just like Weapons X. If I could ever find it again, I could go to the damn picture, but it's one of those things. It's not quite worth it. Still like that I found the Omicron level thing. That was real nice.
Yeah, look up those mutants, dude. Did we figure out?
Oh yeah, I don't know if there is anymore because that's such a unique one-time off-level thing. If anything, Franklin Richards should definitely be one. No, I don't think they have him. We should definitely make that listing. Gotta go change the listings, guys. Yes. I don't like... My problem is people are always like, Squirrel Girl's so great, she finds interesting ways to beat people and, tackles and things in it. No. She beats people off screen and in the stupidest ways imaginable.
Yeah.
You can't beat
Thanos always off screen, and it's like, come on, we can't even at least see how she would beat them.
And then it's just such a stretch for me on a lot of it. It's like proportionate strength and power of a squirrel.
Yes, I don't understand the love for her. Seriously, it's like, what?
Don't love her.
She's not funny at all.
Now, I will say I enjoyed, like I said, I enjoyed her little piece in Wolverine. She was a guest star in one of the Wolverines for some reason or another, doing this and that.
And she beat him off screen.
Well, that one, no, I mean, it was kind of off screen, but that one was total weird too. It's like, all right, She's beating him up. But I've never gotten a gauge of any of her powers that shows she should be able to beat up Wolverine. At all.
And it says...
Then again, they do that,
multiple...
and they do that to Wolverine all the time, dude. They make him get beat up on everyone just because he can take the beating.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Spider-Woman's always getting the drop on him. People like...
Hulk has got definite
Punisher is
drops on
always... And it's because Wolverine always shows up in Punisher comics. Punisher doesn't show up in Wolverine comics.
So Punisher's the focus. Yeah, he's definitely going to get
And the reason
wins.
I can say that Punisher would never in a day win against a Wolverine who actually wanted to kill him is the fight between him and Daken. Daken tears the Punisher literally limb from limb.
Holy shit.
Oh yeah, haven't we gone through this? I swear I've showed this to you.
Yeah, you did.
I showed you him literally chops him into the pieces and kicks him into the gutter. It's harsh. And even later, Wolverine has to stop Frank on 2 or 3 times as Frank has to tell him, I know my boy killed you and I'm sorry, but I can't let you kill him.
Holy shit.
Which is so fucking awkward because then he should have just let him kill him because Wolverine ends up doing it himself. Later on, for those who don't know, Wolverine drowns Daken in a puddle. That's pretty fucked up even for that. Like, I mean, I would at least cut his head off or
Drowns
something.
him and shit. And... Well,
literally in a puddle. It's a fucked up little scene. Like, where... And then, if it's even made more fucked up if you go and watch the Apocalypse Twins series. I love how all these interconnect, too. They'll often refer back to old shit. They bring Daken back as one of the horsemen. They use death seeds to bring people back to life as the horsemen. So they bring back the Sentry. They bring... Oh yeah, have you never seen Death Seed Sentry? Dude, Death Seed Sentry is the single most bullshit character I've ever seen in my life. Death Seed Sentry, they bring back the Grim Reaper who kills Captain America.
Dang, man.
I'm not even sure. It's a whole thing. They have to go back in time and fix it and shit. Yeah, this isn't even... I don't want to see that fight. I want to see the actual... Let's see, Death Seed Sentry feats.
Think Sentry will beat Thor?
He only shows up... Oh, yeah, he beats the shit out of Thor. He literally fights Thor and beats the shit out of Thor.
Damn.
That's his, like... Pre-52, doesn't matter. Any Superman he would beat. Even Silver Age Superman he would whip the shit out of.
Sentry.
Death Seed Sentry would, for sure. Regular
absolutely.
Sentry might. Death Seed Sentry is just an even... Yeah, let's see if we can find it here. But he... Basically, he pulls a Flash. He moves so fast that he's able to travel through time and space. Doesn't reality warp or anything. It just flies with Thor so fast that they go through different dimensions and levels of reality. Yeah, it's an intense level, guys. If you've never seen... Yeah, and the funny thing is they think that his actual power is molecule manipulation and that everything else is based on that. Mm-hmm. He gives himself whatever power he needs in the moment. They literally say that
Sentry?
he can imagine whatever power he needs and he has it.
What?
Yeah, they talk about it in several different ones where he didn't have that power before. He spontaneously manifests the power to bring people back to life. Spontaneously manifests the power to bring himself back to life. Spontaneously manifests the power to resist psychic intrusion. Spontaneously manifests... Yeah, he just beats the crap out of everyone he meets.
What's up, Aisha?
Thanks for coming in.
Thanks for coming in and tuning into the conversation. We're just talking a little bit about comics right now, but... I mean, it looks like we're getting towards a little bit towards
it's
the
about
end
that.
there.
It's about time to do our comic things. I think we'll do our recommendations.
Yeah.
We had a good convo there. Like I said, check out Death Seed Sentry. He's insane. But we're gonna go ahead and say, what are your upcoming series you'd like to tell people about? The real meat.
The real meat. What I like to tell people about is Iron Fist, man.
Iron Fist.
The thing about Iron Fist is that we're getting this really good hint that there's going to be a Heroes for Hire situation between him and Luke Cage. Like, I really think just reading the whole, Entertainment Weekly spread, I saw that there was a nice snippet about them being really good friends in the show.
That's good.
And it's like, that's really good because those characters go all the way back to the beginning. Like, Iron Fist showed up in a Luke Cage comic, and it became Heroes for Hire. Because it used to be Luke Cage, the Hero for Hire, and then he got Iron Fist in that comic.
Yeah, and people don't often know that is that Iron Fist is Luke Cage's sidekick.
He is.
Real meat. So someone's having fun with you.
The real meat.
But besides that, let's see, what else? What do we have as some classic comic recommendations?
Classic comic, I would just recommend the classic Legion ones, guys. Like,
Check
he's
them out.
definitely not a protagonist in the classic ones, but he's very powerful, and it depicts just how powerful this guy can get. And this is, like, premonition to some of his, like, huge, more powerful moments. Like, this is just the beginning of
the early Legion stuff shows how much his power is, and then my recommendation on classic is going to be Age of Apocalypse to follow that up. That
nice.
is Legion, and he's such a small part of it, but if you do, it's actually Legion Quest, I believe, is the leading up to that. Okay then, yep, no worries. But you know, you should check it out. It shows how powerful he is. First of all, Legion is probably at one of his most powerful moments in that, because in that series he not only is blah 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 all these powers, he has all his powers under his control, doesn't have any voices telling him what to do, and he's just a general badass. He whoops everyone's ass.
Seriously? He just goes nuts, huh?
Basically sets up a giant tornado and no one can do anything, and when they try to get close to him like Jean Grey and the X-Men, he's just like, no, and then he goes back in time, and then he kills, goddamn.
Just kills all this.
Kills them all. Alright, so that's for classics, that's fine. Manga, any manga recommendations? Oh, I have one, I forgot.
What you got? Go ahead.
Fire Punch, man. If you've never checked it out, it's pretty new.
Fire Punch?
Fire Punch, and it's probably not very popular. It might not even be in a lot of the places. I started reading it probably a little less than a year ago when they started uploading it. It's probably been out for a little less than a year. It only has 40 chapters out now.
Okay, so that's not that many.
No, not probably, at all. And it seems like for a while they weren't uploading, and now they were uploading in spurts. I'm guessing that they're catching up, and that it's still currently releasing. Super awesome. It's about this world. It's hard to say too much about it without giving away the whole premise. Basically, you gotta watch it. It's awesome. It's amazing. It's powerful. It feels like an old hat, but also unique and new. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's very simple art, but very well done story-wise.
Sounds
and
really tight, man.
Oh yeah, and the characters are just insane. The characters and the world itself is just a fuck fest. It's apocalyptic.
Jeez.
It is that thing that I'm telling you.
My recommendation would be One Piece.
Oh.
And I say this because I got this really good advice. I got so behind on One Piece, guys. I got some really good advice on catching up. Just go to the fucking arcs and read the synopses and read the ones you actually want to read. But at least you know what happens in the other ones. Like, read the summaries and stuff like that.
Another good thing to do is, if you take a look at titles, a lot of time with chapters, you can kind of get a feel of what's moving. If you pick out a chapter or two, guys, when you're going through, you can move through arcs where it's like, all right, I don't need to know this. I don't need to know this exposition backstory. Which, obviously, sometimes important, sometimes not.
One Piece man myself.
Oh, I love One Piece.
Yes.
Probably, and this is a tough decision for me. There's so many great manga, so many great anime. I think One Piece is at the top of the list for me. And the reason being that even though it's such a slow start, the first 100 chapters are so hard to get through sometimes.
Tough.
After that, I love it. The story is amazing. It develops in such a way, not only in maturity, but also development-wise. It's a very good pace. That's good for the lifelong kind of reading.
It is.
A 10, 20-year reading span.
Just keep on reading that. My favorites are probably Naruto, that one. Some of Bleach is really good.
The thing is, Bleach would have been great if they'd ended it after Aizen. And there's good stuff after it, but it would have been perfect.
After what?
After Aizen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would have been perfect. Because
Hitman Reborn, yes. Katekyo Hitman Reborn, Adrian, yes. I actually was the same way on that one. So hard to get through the first 50 chapters. So good after that. So good. I literally stopped reading. My friend recommended it to me. I read a little, stopped reading. He said, no, you need to go and read a little more and get through it and give it a chance. And I was like, Vinewood? Wine.
Maybe wine.
Vodka, wine. Either way. Word. Other recommended comics that I want to throw you out are all Legion based besides my Fire Punch. X-Men Legacy Legion, which I recommended to Leo as part of her
It was
reading.
awesome too.
It's so
it's just
good.
such a good depiction of
It's the only
him
time
as
you get to
a
see him as a
hero.
protagonist.
You know,
Yeah.
like it's like I wanted to see that anyway, and who knows where they'll go with the show if they'll do that.
Yeah,
or
and it's
what have you.
basically, it gives you a little bit of an opportunity to kind of preview the show and be like, all right, Legion's not this enemy from the 80s comics anymore. He's changed a bit. He's updated a bit. He's new age. They did get rid of the spiky hair, but they couldn't have done it. They could not have done the spiky hair and made it look right. We talked about that. The other one you should check out, and this is the one I didn't even know about, this is the Age of X arc. And so...
I'm going to check that one out.
Yeah, and... Oh, man, I'm going to do the real quick synopsis of it. It's a different reality, obviously, and it's similar to the Age of Apocalypse timeline. Basically, mutants are almost extinct in this reality. And, long story short, the entire universe is made by Legion. It's a self-contained bubble universe that he is made so that he can be the hero or something. It's an insane thing where it's like the worst mutants have ever had it. The whole world is saying, oh man, it's so messed up. I got through the first part of it, and it's basically showing you what happened to Cyclops. And so everything's a little different in this one, obviously. The universe is different. Cyclops' powers manifested in a movie theater instead of in a classroom, and he killed a bunch of people. They ended up sending him to prison, and after the laws were passed, Arcade becomes the warden. And what he does, it's so messed up. This whole thing is like a twisted level. Is he sets Scott up in like a full-body restraint, so he can't move.
Mm-hmm.
And they put a mask on him, which I didn't understand, blah, 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 this after that. And then they make him execute prisoners with his eyes. And I'm like, well, how do they do that? Well, they cut off his eyelids. So
What?
he can't close his eyes. And they open the mask whenever they want him to execute people, and he can't close his eyes. And I was like, holy shit, that's the most fucked up I've ever seen Cyclops have it.
So it's just like...
You should see him, too. He looks like a fuck. They don't even call him the Cyclops. I think they call him Gorgon or Basilisk.
What?
Yeah, he's Basilisk, I believe his actual name, but he looks fucking intense. There he is, right here.
Jeez, man.
It is fucking
just take
crazy.
his mask off and it just zaps.
It has like a fucking mechanical opening mechanism that he has to press a button. He can't even like take it off. At least in the run, he's like literally strapped up. You know what I mean? I'm just like, it's fucked up. There was the other one that happens different. The other thing that happens different is Jean manifests the Phoenix in the middle of this town. It's basically the new Stanford.
What?
Yeah. It is in that universe's time. It's a whole thing, dude. It's a whole fucked up universe. Magneto, Dude.
But yeah, let's keep moving towards the end here.
We're closing in. We got about 5 minutes for a limit. We've gone through recommended. We have no quizzes unless we want to hit the Marvel box, but
I don't think the quizzes.
I say we could probably do some
verses would be cool.
I think
we
some
got
verses.
A lot of verses.
Versus facts and quotes would
quotes,
be.
Yeah.
If you want to start off, how about starting us off with a versus, buddy?
Ooh, let's see. I haven't really thought. Well, recently it had the Power Rangers versus Justice League. What about Power Rangers versus Teen Titans?
That's a good.
I think that's a better
fight.
matchup.
I think it
and
is.
Like, I wonder how that would actually conclude. Like, holy crap!
That would be a better matchup.
Power Rangers are some pretty powerful teenagers, and then you throw in Megazords, and it's like, whoa, it could be a wrap real quick.
Mm-hmm. That's a pretty good one. And this one I'm actually stealing from a crossover. But
ahead.
My friend Izzy told me about it. By the way, thank you again, Izzy. That I should check it out. Thundercats and He-Man.
What?
I know.
Thundercats and He-Man?
It's currently on Chapter 5. So it's well on its way. Gonna have to check it out.
That, ladies and gentlemen, sounds amazing.
Also, Judge Dredd versus Predator versus Alien is in the midst of release.
There's
so many great crossovers that you gotta check out. Izzy was showing me a ton of them that are great.
Team Teen Titans? I don't know. We'd have to see. That would be a fair match.
I think it would be a fair match. I think the Teen Titans might take it away because that individual ability of superheroes versus the
Power Rangers United kind of ability together.
Right, of team.
But when they get together, they're nearly unstoppable.
That's the thing. What
at some
happens
points.
about the Zord? You know, the fully, not just individual, but when they do
the full blown Megazord, dude.
Yeah,
it's like
then
boom,
what?
the fusion. It's like
Then what are
that
they
could
doing?
mess them
I
up.
mean, not to say the Teen Titans haven't taken down giant robots,
They have,
but this is a team of giant robots with a team of pilots. I think it would be an interesting match. Definitely more interesting than JL versus Power Rangers. Unfortunately, that was very one-sided. Always was going to be.
Justice League, man.
They have to.
Sheesh.
Superman and Wonder Woman just take it away from him.
Exactly. Them alone.
Like I said, the only reason I can ever make those comparisons between JLA and other people is because there's someone to counteract Superman, someone to counteract the heavy hitter, so that the whole team doesn't get wrecked by one person.
There's always that person to kind of step in and interact.
Let's see, who do I want a versus on? How about... Oh man, this is hard. How about the Falcon versus Vulture? That's a nice one, right?
What?
Right?
I think the Falcon will take it away.
I do, but don't forget, Vulture has that life sap. I'm not going to say he would win, but I thought it was an interesting fight.
You think so?
I think it'd be an interesting
Think
fight.
so?
You got to remember, Adrian Toomes is basically an evil Batman. Billionaire.
Good point.
Head of a technology company.
And he flies.
And he flies. And don't forget, he did beat Spider-Man in their first meeting.
Mm-hmm.
Spider-Man's no one to be trifled with.
Yeah, he did not win.
He did not win. And I think that always gives a lot of credibility to Spider-Man's villains for me, is how they deal. For example, I feel like Kraven could beat up on a lot of people.
Yeah.
Anyone who's stronger than Spider-Man
can beat up on some serious.
Well, they talk about,
folks.
if you ever read the Spectacular
How powerful
Spider-Man,
are the Rangers really?
they're advanced.
Pretty advanced.
They're definitely nowhere near Superman level.
No.
But I would say that I'm trying to think of advanced human. Probably Cap. I'd say they're all little Caps.
Yeah, little Caps. Teenage Caps.
Teenage Caps.
Maybe not.
I'd say they're probably
Some
Caps.
of the
By the way,
biggest Caps,
anybody...
though.
Oh, man, I love Cap, but I told you about John Steele, right? The original Super Soldier?
Yeah.
I've showed you some pictures about John,
John
and he's
Steele.
a little something, guys. Check John Steele out. Not always a good guy, but always crazy. John Steele, the original Super Soldier. Man. Check him out sometime, guys. But, so, those are our verses. We got a little bit of time to get through these. Quotes and facts are pretty quick. If you wanted to take a quote or two, go.
Let me look up a quote, actually. I didn't
All right,
have a quote.
if that's the case, I will use one of the quotes I have on our page, guys. If you check out some of our memes, we try to make memes and quotes and facts and stuff, then we hope you check them out, obviously. If you don't, please subscribe to the page, like the page. Thank you, Saul, for liking the page or the post. But this is a comment from David Holler, a.k.a. Legion, son of Charles Xavier, and probably one of the most powerful mutants alive. Billions pulling together. Aye, still just a dream. Anyway, thanks to all that, the mental monsters, the psychic swarm, most numpties out in the real world still call me Legion. You think an epileptic hero would be happy, codenamed Spasmo? It's bloody and sensitive is what it is.
Damn.
I thought that was great. He looks so pissed when he says it, too. He's just like... It's like you wouldn't call, a guy whose legs didn't work wheelchair-y. Superpower.
Yeah, no quote for me this week, but I'll definitely have some more next.
It's alright. I'm going to steal the second quote then from another little one. This one I pulled from Deadpool and the Mercs for Money. Specifically from Machine Man. Great guy. If you've never heard of Machine Man, you got to check him out.
Definitely.
Basically, full android. 100% machine. Works for the good guys. Very begrudgingly. Recognizes that, that humanity doesn't care about machines. He plays heavily into a couple different arcs, but he's never really a main character. I don't think he's had his own run. You should check him out, though. He's cool. He's fun. He's into a bunch of stuff. He shows up in Marvel Zombies in, the 4th run. Because he can't turn into a zombie. And so, basically, they're fighting in his head's off right now, which is even funnier. It's in his hand, and he's, taking things like, I can't reverse the energy flow. All is lost! Lost! The fleshy ones will be wiped from the earth. Although I don't want the responsibility, I'll be forced to become king of a new race of machines. Oh, heavy is the head that wears the crown.
Jeez.
he is. He gives no fucks about people. He does not like us. He still saves us, but man, I love Machine Man. He's a fucking great guy. So those are the quotes. I guess my fact for the day is that when a David Haller Legion controls more than 200 personalities, each of them controls a different power, and for the most part, almost every single one of these abilities is an Omega level ability, which means that if he's casting fire, he can cast fire like the Phoenix. If he does ice, he can do ice like Iceman. If he can do telepathy, he does telepathy like Professor X. Telekinesis like Jean Grey.
Dang.
You name it. I mean, I don't think there's a power he doesn't have.
It's like, literally, he can swap into anybody's power.
Well, and actually, the fully formed David, for example, the David from Age of Apocalypse or from the end of Legacy Quest, when you get near there, can control all of the powers at once.
Yep.
Making him multi...
Omicron.
Yeah, basically, he might as well be above Omega level at that point. There is no comparison. He's basically like Franklin Richards and Molecule Man and a ton of other people who are just... You can see, I was looking at the Comics Explained, guys. Check that station out if you like. He just does fact videos, man. I'm learning a bunch from even him, man.
Oh, yeah? Comics Explained?
Yeah, they got a ton of different Omega level mutants that you're not going to find very easily that weren't even on that list, for example. Well, it's because a lot of them are beyond Omega level.
Are you serious?
Oh, yeah. So one of them's called Mad Jim Jaspers. He's an enemy of Captain Britain. Basically, he was a mutant on a different plane of existence who was able to warp reality. And he became in charge of... I can't remember exactly how it goes. But he learned that he could influence reality with what he wanted. He became a politician. He got all the other superheroes killed and such a blah. Anyway, he ends up killing that one, right? Or getting away from that one. By destroying the entire universe he lives in. That's how they destroy that one. Then he comes back to 616. There's another version of him, even stronger than the version before.
Oh my goodness, are you serious?
Yeah, he's an insane character. You got to read the whole thing, and I won't ruin the ending. But he's an insane character to deal with. Mad Jim Jaspers,
That's
reality
awesome,
bending on a high level.
To check it out.
You definitely have to check it out, and there's definitely different ones.
Mine is since Spider-Man's strength reaches to extreme lengths, he has to actively avoid killing the criminals he pummels on a daily basis. So if you guys didn't know, Spider-Man is definitely one of the strongest Marvel characters to ever come around.
I don't know about the strongest anymore. He's definitely stronger than people give him.
But he is a lot stronger than some people.
People often underestimate him, then think his limit is roughly 20 to 30 tons, which it has been increased long ago past that level since the Venom arc, even probably. Spidey has been capable.
I'm a Spidey fan.
Oh, and I agree. Spidey is a super strong. I only say he's not the top level because there's so many strong heroes in Marvel that are just based on strength and power. But Spidey does. I think they say maxes out around 150 tons. And that's an extremely lot. That's a lot of weight, guys. That is a lot of weight. The Crossed and the Boys. Nice. But, it's definitely one of those things. Oh, cool. Well, thank you for the mention.
Thanks, Rachel, for the mention.
Yeah, we really appreciate it. I don't know what you said, Jay. You might have badmouthed us, but hey, still, thank you. Any mention's good publicity.
Of course.
I'm going to give you my last fact, and this is my sad fact of the day. Good way to end the stream about Legion, one of the saddest heroes / villains. Let's hear it. Oh, thank you so much, Rachel. Blurred white boy fro. I enjoy having the fro.
It works.
My last quote is very sad. Another David Haller one. Oh man, I could go with either one of those, but I won't ruin that one for you because it's a little farther along. Ooh, this one might.
The sad one, man, that you had in mind.
I'll do the sad one I had in mind then. Oh, come on, go. David Haller's mother died right in front of him from a gunshot wound, and wouldn't let him heal her. She requested not to be healed, specifically.
Wow.
There's a whole thing behind it, and I don't want to give it away because it's a very not integral part of the plot, but just very heavy, emotional, moving, and impactful if you read it instead of having me clumsily explain it. But yeah, it's very. She gets, and not only that, the bullet was meant for him. Yeah, they're like hugging, and he pulls back, and she gets shot in the head. Yeah.
Don't heal me.
Yeah, which I was like, how could she talk? But whatever. Didn't hit the speech centers. Didn't scramble. I think that's about it, guys. We're at 2 hours now. We started a little late.
Fun conversation, guys.
Thank you guys so much for the shares. Seriously,
and the shares.
Check us out at Blurred. He has got his Blurred blog, Instagram. Check him out.
Check me out. I'm on Instagram as the Blurred blog. That's THE Blurred BLERD blog BLOG. Check me out. I post all kinds of nerdy content all day.
You can catch me on either Facebook, Twitter, or Twitch at Axel Grave, AXELGRAVE. Might have to lurk a little bit, but I'm the white guy with either a fro or rapping or doing gaming. Also, obviously, come back next week for Comiconvos. We'll be doing so much more talking. We love this. Sorry about that last week's thing, but hopefully no more technical issues will go. We've got the new system up and running.
Mm-hmm. We'll be right back next week.
Oh, yeah, and it's been so fun. This was a great reach tonight, especially just for the one post, the one thing. You guys commented so much and made it so nice for us.
Thank you so much, guys.
And who knows, we might be almost ready to start getting some guests in here.
Yeah. You might see some new faces, guys.
You might see some new faces and new topics to go along with it. So come in, more conversations on Comiconvos.
See you guys next week.
Give me an output on your 3D audio listening equipment.